I'm sad.
I'm
Why are
here,
you
dude.
sad? Don't have
We went
coronavirus, so
we went live and Josh didn't cough.
Oh,
oh,
damn. Well,
sorry,
yeah,
dude.
it's in bad taste to cough right now, I think.
That's
I could
fair.
I could like fake a sneeze.
You can fake a cough, I guess.
I mean,
Cough.
There we go. There you go.
all right, now the stream has begun.
Excellent. All right, perfect. Um, so before we begin, do you guys have any questions, or is there any concerns that we brought up before? Just from last time, I guess.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, then to briefly summarize, see, so you guys, that being one Arctos, the Tiefling Sorcerer, Morven, the Elven Ranger, and Solrune, the Dwarven Paladin in training. And you guys met up in the city of Waterdeep, got together, found a common goal in investigating either the town of Oakhurst for a missing person or investigating the strange magical apples that were produced from a dungeon in the region. Um, and so yeah, you guys banded together and you've made your way into the dungeon known as the Sunless Citadel. Um, and you did this with the help of one Talgan Hercule, a local whose sister is one of the people you're trying to find. It's part of a general adventuring party that went in ahead of you. So last we left off, we actually it was a terrible time for one of y'all. Solrune over here triggered a trap, and that is where we left off. So, Solrune, I am going to need you to make me a dexterity check.
I thought we decided he saved.
No, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
9.
9. Okay, so you're gonna take 1d8 slicing damage. And it's not that bad. You take 3 slashing damage is what it is called. So
Cut my foot.
so yeah, this scythe springs out of the ceiling and it like swings on a pendulum, but you're not able to duck out in time to like avoid taking any damage, but it does like it doesn't get anything super vital. It like scratches your arm or like gives a gash. It doesn't feel good. Um, so I'm gonna reread the room blurb just to describe to you guys again. Dust and odd bits of stony debris and rubble lie scattered on the floor. An ornate fountain is built into the eastern wall. Though cracked and stained, the fountain's overarching carving of a diving dragon retains its beauty. A relief-carved stone door stands on the western wall. So this fountain is totally dry, nothing coming out of it. Um, I was gonna say, on the western door you can see some draconic runes, and you can also see. Let me see here. And Morven, because you have that baller perception, you don't have any idea how good that 15 perception is, by the way, for this dungeon especially. There's so many DC 15s. Um, and you notice also a very worn away but still readable inscription, also in Draconic, on the basin of the fountain.
Hey, Meeple.
Meeple, help, yes, hello.
There at the bottom of the fountain. What does that say?
Oh, let Meepo read. And Meepo walks over and he says, "Let there be fire."
Okay.
Oh wait, and actually, as he says this, he says it, and the you hear like some sputtering in the fountain, and a puff of dust comes out of one of the fountainheads from it, and then a small bit of reddish liquid begins to well up from the diving dragon's mouth, and it's starting to slowly accumulate in the basin.
Well, I was expecting something much more grand.
Yeah, it's reddish. It's definitely not blood. It's actually like a bright red, not a dark red. It's kind of like the color of like some fruit punch Kool-Aid.
Is it
I make
hot?
a nature check to see what it is.
Um, Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Is it hot? Is it lava?
Mate, I got a 20. I'll tell you. Jeez.
So you got a 20, which tells you that you need to make an Arcana check for this, but you can make it at advantage.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and lay on hands myself for 1 hit point.
Okay, excellent.
Arcana 15.
Okay, you wave your hands over this liquid like gently, and it feels like hot to the not to the touch, but like it's exuding heat upwards. And that's a textbook trait of a potion that you're aware of. You're pretty sure this is Potion of Fire Breath.
Oh, dude. Does anybody have a bottle?
Better idea. Hey, Meepo.
What?
Look-
Yes?
You should drink that stuff.
Oh no.
But what do it do?
Oh, just lap it up.
Meepo not in business of drinking strange liquids Meepo know nothing about.
I'd just look at him and be like, well, actually, it's a potion that shouldn't harm you.
And Tolgan actually does have a bottle on him, so he'll, unless one of you guys stops him, he will go and cork up enough, and there's enough to fill one swig of it, and he holds it out to whoever wants
In
it.
fact, I'm going to reach over and snatch it from him.
All right, so we're building up Arctos' potion stash at this point, I guess.
Yeah, because he's excited about it.
Okay.
He's like, don't worry, I'll hold on to it for good safekeeping along with the rest.
And the potion vial is still warm to the touch, but it's safe in there. So yeah, if you drink that, well, you don't know the specifics, but it's definitely a potion of fire breath. Okay.
Meepo, you're not a dragonborn, are you? You're a little too short to be one, I think.
No, Meepo is kobold.
Oh, that explains it.
At least he's not a heckin' Kenku.
You and your fucking hatred of Kenku. So with the fountain being taken care of, the trap has already been sprung. You do have a. Let's see here. Do you want Meepo to read the western door?
Yeah, Meeple, why don't you just go around and read the text off the walls?
And Meepo goes up to the door and he says, Meepo not sure, turn away, rebuke the dead, open the way.
Morwen takes a step back. More.
How rude!
No, we're not doing the Jar Jar thing, god damn it. Alright, yeah, so rebuke the dead, open the way is carved on the western door. And the carvings on the western door show like some skeletal dragons, like, artistic depictions of them.
Okay, let me try this.
Local cleric.
Those are some stupid-looking dragons.
Is there tasteful nudity?
No, they're skeletons. I don't know if skeletons count as being nude, but I don't count that.
Do the skeletal dragons take offense at being rebuked?
Not from your verbal rebuke.
Okay, I'm gonna scratch at the carvings of skeletal dragons with my sickle.
Okay. You hold up your sickle and you kind of scratch at it, and yeah, nothing. You scratch some loose stone, and that's it.
I'll give it a push with the hilt, see if anything gives way around there.
Still just like generally messing with the stone. You do notice that the air is like rather cold, like noticeably colder to the around the door, and if you do touch it with your hands, it is cold to the touch.
Let's make it hot. Take a swig and make it hot.
That's what I was thinking.
Is that what you think will solve this puzzle? I was thinking more along the lines of maybe you do something with these skeletons, but I mean I am more than willing to try. I've never had a potion of fire breathing before. And I guess Arctos is gonna uncork the potion of fire breathing.
Okay. So as you down the liquid, it goes down and it burns. Like it burns worse than like some serious hard liquor, and like Arctos probably isn't like used to that even. Um, but as it goes down, you feel like a cracking in your throat. That you are immediately like innately aware of how to bring it forth. And for the next hour, you have 3 charges of fire breath.
I feel like
Sweet.
Arctos has probably never had a potion of fire breathing, but he probably has breathed fire at some point, you know?
Mhm.
So, yeah, he's like, all right, cool. What do you want me to light on fire?
So the carvings of the skeletal dragons is on the door.
Yeah, it's like okay, so the door is like a stone slab kind of. It's like it's rectangular until you get to the top of it, and the top of it is like ends in a circle. Um, so it's like half oval, half rectangle. Um, and the skeletal dragons that are carved into it they decorate the corners of the circular part of it, like they form an archway, if that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah. You should light it up if you can. I don't know. You said it's fire breath. Do you feel like you can breathe fire or something now?
Yeah, I should have a few chances to breathe some fire.
Okay, do you breathe fire on the door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you do like your little Sasuke hand symbols, and you like blow the forward, and the flames wash over the door and burn away like a lot of cobwebs and dismantle some rubble in the immediate area, but the door does not open. After the flames die out, it just kind of crackles for a little bit.
It's like, well, see, I told you. It wasn't that.
I'm gonna hammer the flat of my fist onto the circle that the dragons are kind of gathered around.
Okay, yeah, you tap it with your knuckles, and even though it was just lit on fire, the door is still cold to the touch. It does not respond to you rapping on it.
I'm gonna think for a second and be like, Meepo, could you open that door for me?
Meepo, try. Uh, and
Thank you, Meepo.
Meepo looks around for like a keyhole and doesn't find any. It looks like just a solid slab of stone.
Uh,
He tries.
Arctos is gonna take a couple steps back.
He's gonna he pushes it. Meepo pushes on it a little bit, and then he tries to fit his hands on the bottom of it and lift it up with his meager little kobold hands, but he's unable to get it to budge.
Hmm. Most ponderous. Can I do an insight check to see if there's something around the room that might help us?
You'd be looking at perception
give us a clue.
investigation, I think.
Or perception. Okay.
Insights for like people.
Okay.
I mean, you can investigate around if you would like.
I got a 20.
So you take a look around the room, and you've already found the trap in front of the fountain. You can look at the fountain and see that it's out. Like there was once some slight magic surrounding it, but it's since dispersed since you summoned the last of the potion of fire breathing. There's only rubble and nothing much else here. You do, however, see some tracks on the ground, and let me see here. It looks like it was made by both rats and some humanoids. You can make a survival check. And Morven, if you want to tip Morven off.
I'll call over Morven and have him check as well. I got a 13, so.
Yeah, you just know they're like humanoid and rat tracks. You saw rat tracks from earlier.
Well, there's more of these troubling rats around here, but this appears to be some kind of humanoid with them as well. Maybe they would have a solution for this.
In the meantime, I'm going to inform the door that a Chardalon sucks.
And nothing happens.
Rebuke, huh?
You want to do a survival check for me, Morven? I didn't know if that was what you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, roll survival for me.
What is that? I think it's a +5, but I'll check. Yeah. 24.
Okay, you take a look at these tracks, and yeah, the rat tracks and the humanoid tracks seem a bit different. So the rat tracks, they're recent, very, very recent, probably like not even a day old yet. The humanoid tracks seem like they're close to almost a month old. They were made by 3 or 4 human-sized humanoids. They're moving across the area to the north.
All right.
Tulgan, how long did you say your sister's been missing for?
It's, well, to the day it's been about a month.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm out of ideas for this door.
Okay, is it another one of those, like, does it have a handle?
No, it is flat stone. It's definitely a door because you can see how it like juts out from the rest of the stone, and it has like an a solid like line in between itself and the floor, like some tiny bit of space.
How thick is the stone? Can we tell?
Um, I don't think you could. I think the dwarf could with like stone sense and everything, stone cunning. Um, and like well, Solrune, like I don't know if you are a traditional dwarf who's lived underground, but I feel like even then, cultural upbringing and stuff like that, unless and tell me otherwise if this isn't correct, but you generally have like a generally a good idea of how stonework goes, even if it's not dwarven. And
She does have proficiency with Mason's tools, so yes, she is at least familiar with most conventions of stonework and stuff.
okay, this is a very thick door. You can tell because you can't hear anything on the other side. You're wagering it's probably like 3 to 5 feet thick.
Okay.
This is a big door.
Okay.
Well, then I propose that we go find the people who left these tracks.
Yeah, you do have another door to the north. The western door with the skeleton dragons is only it's a special door. You know, it's different from the usual doors here.
Hmm. Okay. So there's the fountain, the rubble, the track, the special door, and the northern door.
Correct.
Hey, Meepo.
Is there? Oh yeah, right. And Meepo.
Hey, Meepo.
Meepo is
here, Oh, hey. yes.
What do dragons not like? What makes them mad?
Well, Calcrix not like being told what to do or put in cage. Calcrix like to be mean to Meepo. And Calcrix like gold and gems. Mm, And Calcrix, Calcrix like being free, so no traps or cages.
Uh-huh. I gotta pound on the door one more time and tell it to open.
Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing happens.
I got nothing. Might as well follow the tracks.
Okay, let's go.
Alrighty. You guys go and you open up a small wooden door to the north. And let me just double check my map here. So that brings us to number 28. Okay, so this section of hallway contains 6 doors, all slightly ajar. The area smells musky. And Morven, you do see that the tracks split off. The humanoid tracks veer off to the west at this little T junction here, while the rat tracks continue to go northward into these cells. And you guys hear a bit of chittering and gnashing, but nothing pops out at you at the moment. Let me just double check here. And about beyond the range of your dark vision, you see a slight green glow in the distance.
Right, well, first thing I'm going to do is get my whip at the ready.
All right.
So there's rats up ahead. We maintaining the same walking order. I'm fine going in front.
Works for me.
Sure, I'll go ahead and ready a cantrip.
All right, you guys are proceeding north?
Yep.
Okay. So the cobblestone floor contains 2 trapdoors that are blocked open by iron spikes. It looks like someone's been here before you. The north wall holds a dry fountain carved with an overarching diving dragon. And the farther up north you get into these jail cells and everything, the worse the smells gets. And you see a one giant rat come out of a doorway that leads to the west at the far northern end of this room. And you see a second one. And then you see a third one that looks like it's nursing a wound. And then I need you guys to roll initiative as a giant rat about 5 times the size of the other ones that seems to be leaking some glowing green pus out of some wounds on her body, steps out and hisses at the 3 of you. The 4 of you. The 5 of you. There's 5 of you now.
Big Bertha.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going on 3.
Okay.
20.
24 Morven. Got it.
No. Oh, yes. 20 goes to... Okay, yes.
Okay. I'm going to get some decent battle music in a bit.
We can help.
No, you can't. You will do no such thing.
If I actually help, though.
Possible. You
Oh,
can,
Josh,
you can
just
suggest.
Just so you know, I found out that we don't have the privileges to clear music, so whatever we pick, we have to live with.
Okay, I'm gonna post something.
Yeah, I will accept suggestions, I guess. But again,
Well, I mean, this is probably not one that you've heard.
It's Pokemon Emerald, all trumpets.
It's definitely not Pokemon Emerald All Trumpet.
It's so good, though.
It is very good.
in the
Tyler,
meantime,
Is it Trumpet Christmas?
listen to this. Hold this.
okay, I'll give you that.
No,
'Cause-
even I don't want to listen to Trumpet Christmas.
yeah, I'll give you this one. Monster Hunter has good music. Alrighty. Arctos, what is your initiative roll?
Oh, I got like a 4, I think. No, I got 3. Sorry.
It's fine. I believe you have a higher mod than Solrune does.
I have a
Charity,
negative
I have a 1.
I have a negative 1.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
it's much higher.
Okay, Big Mama Rat rolled that.
This is waterfall. Right?
Talgan rolled that, and poor little Meepo. His first combat ever is a fucking mini boss battle. Meepo rolled that. Okay, Morven. So you see I'm gonna call her the disease rat queen, surrounded by 3 giant rats that are basically like forming a triangle formation around her. They are hissing at you. They're all about 50 to 60 feet away. The giant rat queen's a little farther away.
Okay. I am going to take a bow out and sharpshooter launch it at the Rat Queen.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
14.
Okay, 14 does not hit. Your arrow launches forth and deflects itself off of some particularly hard parts of the Rat Queen's hide, and like green glowing ooze just sputters out in a little, like a little spray off to the side.
That's a tough rat.
That's all I got.
Next in the turn order is Talgan. Talgan is going to, he does not have a ranged weapon, so he is going to stride in front of the party, hold his shield up, and prepare an action to attack the next thing that gets close to you guys. So, okay, I forgot to roll for those guys. Alright, so one of the rats is going to charge forth at Talgan. His attack is going to trigger, and he swings down his axe to great success. And he is able to chop that done rat's head off, taking one of the rats down before he can even attack.
Damn.
Alright, the next one goes by. This one's gonna bite at you, Soul Rune, but I don't think a 11 hits.
No, it does not.
And Morven, my man, rat bites you with a natural 20.
Oof.
Bring it.
Alright, so yeah, this little thing like skips past Talgan and like does a cool little dart off of the wall and bites down on your arm. It deals...
This is Monster Hunter.
Yeah, really. It only deals 6 damage piercing, but it hurts like a motherfucker as its giant rat teeth gnaw down on your shoulder. Alright.
Get fucked. Alright,
Next.
scared?
The Rat Queen is going to lumber forward, but she does not get close enough to attack you guys yet. That brings us to Meepo. Meepo's going to, meekly, of course, draw his short bow and attempt to make a shot. Meepo, what are your stats, my boy? I really should have put these digitally, but I kept them all in my notebook. Okay, yeah, short bow attack with Meepo. Meepo, natural 20 on his fucking bow attack.
Champion.
Yeah, fucking champion Meepo over here. Meepo's firing at one of the smaller rats as well. He deals... Alright, yeah. Meepo kind of like gingerly pulls back his bow and like, again, he looks scared, but as he lets go the arrow like early, but it still goes forth like super fast and just skewers one of the rats through the eye. And Meepo looks as the rat, the one that didn't bite Morven, crumples over in a heap, and Meepo's like, Meepo did it!
He earned his dinner.
Yeah, really. After Meepo goes Arctos. You have one rat that is like gnawing on Morven's shoulder, and you have the giant rat queen.
Alright. Well, in times like this, there's only one thing to do, and that's cast a spell.
Alright, hit me up.
So we're gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay, are you casting it on the rat that's biting Morven, or you casting it on the queen?
I believe I don't have to... I'm gonna cast... I can decide, because it's 3 shots, right? So I can pick where each one's gonna go.
That is correct, yes.
First one is gonna go at the rat on the shoulder.
Okay. And it's an auto hit, right?
Yeah, it's an auto hit. The first one did 4 damage.
Okay.
Damage.
How much?
2.
2? Okay.
6 total so far. And the third one does 5 damage.
Okay, all these on the rat queen?
Well, the first one was on the rat on his shoulder.
Okay. So that rat's still
So
alive.
I get to pick them one at a time. I don't have to declare them all at once.
Okay, so the first one hits the rat, it is still alive.
Okay. The second one on the rat on his shoulder.
Still alive.
Okay, and the third one will go there as well.
Still
Yeah, really.
alive.
And where was that last one going? I didn't catch that.
It's gonna go at the one on the shoulder as well.
Okay,
Gonna
yeah.
try to finish.
Your magic missile's like and like smack the rat, and it kind of wriggles and falls off of Morven's shoulder, and it rears up to attack again. But then the final magic missile plunks it in the chest and just blows it away.
I'm gonna just yell, "All right, I dealt with the little one," and I'm gonna back away from the rat queen.
Soul Rune, it is your turn. The rat queen is lumbering forward and is bearing down on Talgan, ready to strike. What do you do?
I'm gonna move up beside Talgan, and I'm gonna... Can I make an animal handling check again to lash my whip out towards the queen and try to spook it, deter it from getting towards us? Crack the whip.
You can certainly try.
I'll certainly try. I'll certainly try. That is... 9.
A 9? Alright, yeah, so you crack your whip down to the floor, and, like, the rat queen hisses, and her Her kind of like glowing green eyes kind of flash a little bit, but she is not deterred. As a matter of fact, she like reels back as if she's about to pounce.
And she does.
Next in the turn order is actually Morven.
Okay, is the little thing right at me still?
No, that thing's dead.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna back way the fuck up and shoot at the queen again.
All
with
right.
Sharpshooter as well.
Roll to hit.
16.
16 does hit. Roll damage.
Yay. Didn't need a D8. Where are my D8? There's a D8. That was maximum damage. So that's
Damn.
gonna be 22.
Shit. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. You launch an arrow that skirts the side of the rat queen, but buries itself into her haunch, and it hits like a particularly infected like little bulge on her side, and just this green ooze spews everywhere in the general vicinity. Solrune, make me a Constitution check. I'll do the same for Talgan here. Oof, Talgan, my man.
Do I get advantage against poison, or is this disease or something?
You do, yes. Well, resistance just halves damage if you take it.
Oh, but I also get advantage versus poison saves. Is this a poison save technically?
double. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
Okay, 19.
Oh yeah. So this stuff like washes over. I don't know if you have a shield or anything, but you're able to cover your
No.
mouth. You're able to cover your mouth, and you're able to like cover your vital areas, and like even if it splashes on you, your hardy dwarven immune system basically keeps you from catching the rat virus. Talgan over here, like he holds his shield up, but some of it splutters and like gets on his face and everything, and you can hear like some sizzling and like you hear him coughing and just through the foul smell of the stuff, and he takes 8 poison damage. Alrighty.
Ouch.
Yes. After Morven is... Alright, so Talgan is going to desperately try to attack at the Rat Queen. He swings his battle axe and just hits. Okay. He swings forward, slashing at the Rat Queen, and deals 6 damage to her as he buries his paw's axe into her side and make sure to avoid a little thing like a little pus globlet, whatever the hell you call these things, as he does so.
Globule?
Globule, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Let's see. And then we're going to do that again because I like that song. Thank you, Josh. Okay, and now we're going to the Rat Queen's turn. Because, you know, we had such a good time the last time she does. And she does pounce. Solrune. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
It sure does.
Cool. So the giant rat queen leaps onto you and deals, let's see, that's 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As it basically barrels into you and knocks you down to the ground prone. And then, with her second attack, she whips her tail around at poor little Meepo. Let's see, because she is close enough to do that now. Meepo takes 5 bludgeoning damage, and he is knocked back, but is able to stay on his feet. And you hear him like, ah! Meepo's going to do his own little attack here. And Meepo, thrown off balance by the Rat Queen swishing its tail around, he tries to get another arrow off, but this one he is not able to get luck off, and he shoots it in the air, and it falls short of its intended foe. Arctos, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna fire a cantrip at it. I'm gonna hit it with a fire bolt.
Okay. You can roll to hit.
I gotta find it. There it is. 14.
14 does not hit. You launch your firebolt, and it goes like dead center. But the Rat Queen turns to where like a particularly barren patch of skin takes the impact, and it kind of washes over to no effect.
One is the...
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, heck. 5. I got a 5.
Oh, you got a 5. I'm sorry. I thought you said I've. Yeah, no,
No.
your magic stays under control for now. Let's see here, Arctos, and then Solrune, it is your turn. You have been knocked prone, and there is a rat queen that is just like baring her fangs at you, not happy.
How close is she? Is she basically on top of me, right?
She's not pressing her weight on you, but she has like her paws like around you. So like if she wanted to like just lash down and like eat you, she could.
Okay, what do you say if I made a grapple check at disadvantage to try a pin? Because we're kind of already in a grapple, as it were.
So she's really big.
Is she large? Because I can still grapple large creatures.
I would need you to. You're gonna have to get off of being prone first.
Okay, well I can stand up.
Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, go ahead. That tracks. Go ahead and do it at disadvantage, and like describe to me how you're trying to do this.
I'm gonna scuttle out from underneath her before she can bury her fangs in my face.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab her by the tail, and I'm gonna try to get a lock, like holding her tail and maybe one of her back legs. I'm gonna try to pin.
All right. Yeah. Do that at disadvantage for me.
I got a 15.
And that is an attack roll. No, unfortunately,
Actually, grapples are contested things. She rolls either athletics or acrobatics. I think it's her choice.
yeah, I always thought it was an attack roll. Well, she rolls an 18.
Yeah.
So you try to like scuttle around and get a grab on one of her legs, and you're out from underneath her. So you try to make a grab for her legs, and she kind of like shakes her leg at you and kind of nudges you off. Morven, it's you.
So it's just the rat queen left?
Yes.
Okay, then I guess I'm just gonna do the thing again.
Alright.
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20 does hit. Roll damage.
19.
19 damage. Man, I should, like, ban Marksman from the level 1 feat thing. Nah, it's fine. That brings it up. Okay, yeah, how do you want to do this?
So it's still pinned with she still has the grapple on Solrune.
She's not being grappled, but like Solrune did like scuttle out from being basically almost crushed.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna like square up, take the shot, and I'm gonna like get it like right in like between the eyes, like in the snout.
Okay, yeah. And you manage to like you do like a cool kneel pose, and you launch the arrow, and it lodges itself in such a way that it delves directly into her brain, and some blackish blood sputters out, and some more green ooze sputters. Not enough to splash on you guys, but the rat screeches and shudders, and then falls over with a thud that just like lifts dust all around the rest of the room, and it twitches a little bit, and squeals one more time, and then it falls silent. So, all right. Well done, my dudes. If you would like to, that was what I call milestone number 1. If you guys want to take a brief recess to hit level 2, you would be allowed to.
Cool.
Hey!
Well, when we make camp, as it were, Solrune will be kind of frustrated. She'll, before we leave, she'll give the Rat Queen a punch.
Yeah.
She'll say, "Sorry, guys, it wasn't much help." And then, as we're resting, she'll kind of come to a realization that, I think Shantae's trying to tell me something.
Okay. Just out of just for funsies, roll me a flat d20.
16.
All right, nothing happens. Alrighty. So, before you guys like strike camp or anything, do you want to like check out this room?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see here. It's not at all hard to. You don't have to make an investigation check. Stuff is pretty the rats didn't exactly make an attempt to hide things that were here. So there's a great amount of like refuse and it's rat shit. It's a rat haven. It's not exactly the cleanest place on planet Earth, but planet Abir Toril, as it were. But you do see like the corpses of many fallen adventurers that have fallen prey to the Rat Queen. You even see. Can any of you read Goblin?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And Meepo?
Meepo no read Goblin. No. Meepo not read Goblin. Both out of not knowing and not wanting. Meepo hate Goblin. Solrune, you can read the script, but you're not sure what it means. It just says Guthash.
Guthash, huh?
Guthash.
Don't know what the hell that means.
So, as you guys poke through the refuse and kind of go over the corpses of the fallen adventurers and shit like that, you guys find a combined total of 312 silver pieces, 68 gold pieces, and 3 gemstones. They're all like small rubies. The most preserved of the corpses in this area belongs to a human man with and he's pretty fucked up, but like what's left of his face and his head that hasn't been gnawed off by the rats is like just long dark hair. And judging by his equipment, that he's got like this earthy cloak and stuff like that. He's got a bow and arrow with him and a couple daggers. You surmise that this dude was probably a ranger. With him, he's got, and you can take this as I list them. He's got studded leather armor that you'd have to clean before you'd feel like safe wearing. He's got 5 daggers on him. He's got a longbow, a backpack with stuff unknown in it. He's got a quiver with some arrows. We're not really tracking arrows. It's not a big deal. He's got a potion of healing on his belt that is still unbroken and untouched. He's got a pouch that has 17 further gold pieces, and he's wearing a gold ring on one finger.
Okay, I want that leather armor and a couple daggers.
Okay, the leather armor is absolutely filthy.
I'm not putting it on right now. I'm
Okay.
just taking it.
Yeah, you have a feeling that if you were to put it on, you'd be like contracting like gun herpes in like the next hour.
What was the total from the other silver and stuff we found?
So the total is 312 silver pieces, and then whatever 68 plus 17 is, that's 85 gold pieces.
Somebody split that 3 ways.
I'm
cool with that just being like the general rule of thumb, so we don't have to always fight over, unless narratively want to. But just in general, I'm cool with just always splitting.
I'll be cool with just rounding it up and just giving y'all 29 apiece. How about that?
Fair. 29 gold apiece.
Yes.
And then how many silver?
104 apiece.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the only time I would ask for more is if I need like casting components, and at that point I could just ask.
You're gonna haggle with me over like what is loot?
No, I'm talking about with them.
Also, I'm gonna kind of look over to our 2 NPC companions and see what they're kind of. I don't know. They look jealous.
No, Talgin's outfitted in some decent hide armor. It's like better than bandit quality hide armor. It looks pretty sturdy. Most of his defense comes from his shield. And he's pretty happy with his battle axe, it looks like, but he will take the pack if no one else does. And Meepo is wearing some piecemeal kobold leather armor. It looks like most of his defense comes from being small and fast. And Talgin does like check out, and he plucks the ring off of the ranger's finger, and he holds it up to the light of his torch that he relights, I guess. He says, "Look at this." And he points at the inside of the ring. This is Caracas. It's Karakas. This is one of the men that my sister went into the Sunless Citadel with. So he didn't make it past the rats, but... And he kind of like looks nervous and starts looking at the other corpses in greater detail.
Doesn't mean your sister didn't make it.
And yeah, she's And he hears you say that, and he kind of nods at you nervously, but he's still kind of looking. And there, you did
Tyler,
notice
I do
that.
have another question.
What's that?
So leveling up, is that going to work the same way leveling up has in the past for us, or do we want to go back to like D&D leveling up, where
No,
we don't
we're
get spell
gonna
slots and health?
we're gonna gamify. I think it's fun to gamify it because
Okay.
it's not exactly the most like lore friendly thing ever, but I think that it's fun if we gamify it. So yes, a level up is a long rest for you guys.
Okay, cool. I can now actually use Burning Hands.
Hey. And let's
And-
see. Talgan and Meepo also gain a level, but I'm just gonna roll their health and figure all that shit out later because they're not full PCs.
So yeah, I'll suggest that we either go and rest with the kobolds, or maybe there's that up on the stairs. There was like evidence of campfire or something of people used to camp.
And Meepo nods and says, "Yustre'll let us rest for a while, yes."
Okay, that seems fine. Fair. And I imagine that like getting spells is kind of like an idea comes to you about something.
That's kind of how, especially for the sorcerer who kind of runs off of intuition.
Yeah, like I feel like something just kind of clicked this last fight.
Mm-hmm.
There is something I wanted to toy with anyway.
All right. So your level up is done. Soul Rune, Morven, how you guys looking?
I think I'm done. I'm between two spells, but it'll take like 3 seconds. So
Got you.
I'm done, and Soul Ruin is looking more serious now.
It's good timing on that level up then. Is there any while you guys like are chilling back with Eustrail? Is there anything you guys want to ask anyone, be it Talgan, Meepo, Eustrail, or any random kobold that you could find?
Can I ask if any of them know Goblin?
Eustrail says, in times that Eustrail needs to be a mediator or a diplomat, Eustrail knows passable Goblin, yes.
Would you be able to read it if I brought you some?
Eustrail thinks she can, yes.
I'll repeat the word or phrase. I forget what it was. It sounded
was
like goulash or something.
Guthosh was what it was. And as you say this, Eustrail like lets it like sit in her mouth for a little bit. She's like, Guthosh, bloated one. I see you encountered the rat.
I'll
I'll
more
kinda
like
pull-
the rat encountered us.
I'll kind of pull my chainmail down and point to some now scars from where it chomped down on my shoulder. But like, yeah,
The bloated one has not been very active in these past few months, but the commotion recently must have raised her ire. She has devoured a great number of adventurers before you. You are very lucky, or very skilled, or perhaps both.
That's highly likely. Can I go back before we take our rest and copy down the goblin in my notebook?
Yeah, you can write down the letters, and like Soul Rune could read them, and so if you need like scripture help, she can help you. But yeah, it means bloated one. So you get the feeling that that's probably just like the rat's name.
Okay, cool.
well, it fits.
Oh goodness. All right. I'm looking at this here. All right. Excellent. Good. Love it. All right. And just let me know whenever you're ready to go there, Morven.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Spells loaded up.
I'm good.
All right. So you guys going back to the location that you were at previously?
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back up that way. If there's more direction to go that way.
Okay. Yeah. As you go to the north, you cleaned it. It was mostly like a dumping ground for like bodies that the rats had devoured. So there's no further north that you can go, but you can go through the western door that you found, where the humanoid tracks continue to go.
I guess we'll keep going that way then.
Yup.
All right. Let's see here. All right, so you open up that door, and within, let's see here, this empty chamber is home to only rat droppings, crumbled flagstone, and stains. But Morven, you do notice that the tracks that were that you found in the previous area continue through this hallway. There's a door to the north. Yeah, there's a wooden door to the north, and you can make a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception. Perception. Non-natural 20.
Okay, let me see here. Whenever you take a look at the door, not only do you notice like some talking in the distance, and you're not sure about what the language is, but it's definitely not common. But it sounds like some high pitched. You're like, nah, you roll again, buddy. Nah. And you also notice there is a bit of a string that is wedged in between the door as it's closed.
Like trap string?
You get the feeling that's probably some fuck shit, yeah.
Cool, well, let's press on as Solrune takes a step forward.
Are you gonna open the door?
I cut the string
Um,
with my little dagger.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
13.
So this isn't a particularly difficult trap to disarm. It's a very simple like string mechanism. Um, so you don't need thieves' tools to do it. Um, as you tug on it to like get a feel for it, you feel that something weighted is on the other end, and you quickly deduce that it's probably a bell. So you clip it and then manage to open the door slightly and retrieve a bell without ringing it. As you open the door, and like you can open it all the way or you can open it slowly, but as it opens just a tiny bit, you hear some chattering, and if you look further inwards, you can definitely see there are some goblins that are standing on the other side of a little half wall.
Okay.
And we can all see them at this point, I assume.
I think Morven is the only one who can see it, but he can choose to because from what I'm thinking, he's only looking through like a peek through the door. You can open it more if you would like to, but I would need to make you guys roll a stealth check.
Right. So there's some goblins up ahead.
And you have high enough perception. I'm going to be saying that a lot during this dungeon. Whenever you look through it, you do see the half wall that like just bisects the room between you and the goblins. On your side of the half wall, there's a shit ton of cow trips on the floor.
Okay.
How many? I'm gonna whisper and ask how many there are.
How many are there?
On the other side, there are 2 goblins standing guard.
Okay. And so, but I can see them though. I have a line of sight.
Yeah.
I have a plan. If you would, if you'd like.
Are they like covered?
Yeah, the half wall between you guys and also the small amount of I would say it counts for half cover.
Okay, what's the plan? Because I just want to shoot them.
Well, I have certain spells that I could use to distract them, so that maybe we can guarantee the drop.
Your throat is still crackling with fire breath, by the way.
I mean, I can shoot.
Did forget about that? Yes.
I can shoot them from here, and then they come to the door, and then once you come to the door, they open the door, and you unleash fire on them all.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I leave the door cracked just enough. Another fun thing about sharpshooters that ignores half and 3/4 cover.
Oh shit, that's right.
So I am gonna. So anyway, I started blasting.
Blat blat.
Bliat.
That is. I'm gonna shoot the one that is. Are they like okay? I guess
So
are they?
they're on the other side of this half wall, and they're sitting by a campfire and two little chairs. And there's like roasting like a dead rat on a spit. So
I
they're not
want to
like.
hit whichever one like is gonna be more noticeable. Like I want them to know it's coming from this door, so I'm gonna hit whichever one so the other one can see.
So one of them has their back to you, the other one has like their side to you. So probably the one that has its side to you would be the better target for that.
Okay, and it was an 18
Oh yeah, that
with the
hits.
sharpshooter feat.
Yeah, so yeah, your arrow just goes forth and comically like, in one ear out the other, and like the goblin like shudders for a little bit and like stiffens as rigor mortis like sets in. I don't know how rigor mortis works. And he just crumples over, and the goblin that has its back to you turns around quickly.
And I just kind of move back, close the door, and close like not just like close it, but like just step away from the door so we can ready to get the drop if he comes and checks things out.
Arctos, are you throwing anything? You said that's what you were doing.
I'm gonna prepare my fire breath and like stand at the door ready to like splash him.
Okay. So the goblin that had its back to you guys, he gets down from his chair and he goes over to the half wall and takes full cover underneath it, and then you hear a horn start blowing.
Pussy.
I'm gonna take out my scythe and just stand behind our sorcerer.
I mean, regardless, that somebody's coming through that door.
All right.
It's fair. Do we just want to wait?
I mean, I'm cool with that. We got the
Alright.
action. We got the action ready. We just sit here and chill.
Tyler, I'm gonna stand about 10 feet-ish back from the door and just prepare an action to fire breathe on whoever comes through the door.
Okay. Let me see what the range is on fire breath, because that's an important factor here. Because the other side of the half wall is, I want to give you like, the other side of it starts about 60 feet away from you. And you don't think that your fire breath would reach that far. You get a feeling that it would only go about 30 feet from your mouth.
Oh, we're waiting
Okay.
for them to open the door, though.
Okay.
They're coming to us because we'll have the because if we have to go through, we have to go through like one at a time. That puts us at disadvantage. They're coming to us.
So make a stealth check for me, whoever's like standing watch at the door.
Oh, I guess it's me. I got a 6.
All right. So after a couple minutes, of nothing really happening, all of a sudden let's see here. What does that do here? Does a 16 hit you?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing you notice is arrow just plunks itself through the wooden door that you're standing watching, and it gets you in the hip
I
a
mean,
little
I'm
bit.
10 feet away from the door. It goes 10 feet after it
Oh,
hits
okay.
the door.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. So it does not hit you. But a arrow does like get lodged through the door.
That's fine. Get wrecked. We want them to know we're here.
Okay. And again, your side is filled with caltrops. So if you want to, you can roll me an insight. Anyone who wants to try it.
A 12?
So it's not a super difficult situation to read here. You're getting the idea that they're really confident in their position here with the half wall and all the caltrops, that they feel like they could probably outlast you.
I would like to roll deception. Okay, so is the door closed right now?
I have
fully
it like
closed?
I have it like kind of like it's more closed than not. Like they'd have to open it to come through.
Mm-hmm.
But I
I
didn't
will-
like latch it.
I would like to roll deception to shout in an echoey voice, "Run away!"
Oh,
I'm gonna kind of stomp on the floor.
I'm going
and-
to assist by casting thaumaturgy on your voice, so that it projects.
what are you like? What kind
He's
of
trying to
voice
make
are you
it.
trying?
Oh,
I was gonna say, like, what are you trying to imitate here?
that I'm running away. The echoey sound of my voice being further and further away.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. With thaumaturgy, yeah. Go ahead and I was gonna make you do it at disadvantage. But I can let you because he's using thaumaturgy to like modulate your voice. I'll let you make a normal deception roll. Yes.
16.
16. Yeah. You managed to carry your voice in like just a way that it makes it sound like it goes down the hallway that you left, and then with Arctos's magic, he manages to like basically bend it around the corner and go into where the giant rat queen was. And after a while, you hear some goblins speaking in like broken common. It's like, yeah, no, you just hop the floor, just go, come on, come on. They're gone. Like you can go, just barricade it or something. And you hear some gentle footsteps, as if someone's like deliberately trying to avoid the hundreds of cow trips on the ground. And then you see the doors start to be closed slowly.
lame. All right, fine. As I hear somebody pulling on the door, I pull on the other end, trying to open it, so Arctos has his target.
Do me a. I'm just gonna make him roll it. Oh yeah, he failed. So you push the. How hard are you pushing it?
I just want like to give the clear shot. Like I don't not so much that I would like enough to pull the door away from him, basically.
Okay.
I
So
can
you're
just
pulling it.
open the door.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, as soon as you do this, you see one goblin who is at the door, looking very surprised, and you see three goblins standing a little bit behind them, all within 30 feet.
All
And
right,
now they
I'm just gonna. I can hit him with the fire blast.
All right, and they all need to make dexterity saves. That's a no. That's a no. That's a no, and that is a wow. Okay, yeah. Roll me 4d6.
roasted.
6 damage.
6 damage total.
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled 2 1s and 2 2s.
Damn, dude.
Oof.
So yeah, you unleash like a wave of fire all over these goblins, and like they're they definitely will never have hair in their lives ever again. Um, so yeah, this forces them to kind of like back away as they deal with like just the unbearable heat and like the fact that their clothes are now on fire. Um, and let's see. Wow. So I wonder if like caltrops can kill people because they do 1 piercing damage, and I
Well,
like
I would assume it would be like he steps on it and then he trips and slams his face into them.
that's kind of what all of them do. Like all 4 of them fail their dex saves and take 1 piercing damage, which is enough to kill them. So I like to think that like the fire like has them reel back and all of them just like fall backwards and you just like oh shit, ah damn it, and they all as soon as like you just watch this whole scene unfold, pretty much all the goblins have either roasted to death or like basically skewered their faces on caltrops.
That kind of worked.
I'll step forwards and look at this and I'm like, well, hey, we got a way across these now, and I'll step on the goblins that are skewed.
Arctos is just gonna turn around and use his tail and kind of brush him out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, with you guys like being like nice and gentle about it, it's not hard to avoid the caltrops. You can vault over the half wall as well if you would like to. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right room here. What was that?
Arctos like scrambles. He does not vault anywhere.
So he just kind of like eh.
Vaulting would require Arctos to have like muscles, and you don't really get those in a library.
As Arctos is scrambling over the wall, Solruin will give him a push from his butt and kind of shove him the rest of the way over.
Yeah, that's enough to get him over. Definitely, Arctos is up to you if you like scramble over, or if like you make it, or if you totally like suck the landing. Alrighty. So you guys make it past the half wall, and the half wall actually, as you can see, that part of the room that was beyond the half wall is like a bit larger. There's like the the left wall, the western wall, extended like so it's kind of like an L-shaped room where the junction of the L was cut off by this half wall. So the filth on the floor, stains on the walls, and shabby hides and fire pit attest to the years of use this room has seen at the hands of creatures unconcerned with hygiene. On the eastern side of the southern wall is a crudely mortared half wall, complete with crenellations. I don't know what crenellations are. I need to look that up because they use that so fucking often, and I have no idea what the hell they are. The battlements of a castle or another building. So like the little you know how the top of castle walls, they have like the rectangles that jut out with the space in between them.
Oh.
They're battlements. You killed those 2 goblins, and yeah, and pretty much this is It looks like it's just a place where they stood watch and roasted a rat.
I'll poke around with my scythe so that I'm not actually touching any of their crap, and I'm gonna search around the hides and stuff to see if there's any goodies here.
You see some pretty poorly preserved water skins. You see they made some goblin wine, as evidenced by the very the poor script that's written on them. Uh, and like some really nasty smelling jerky that you think is rat.
Oh, waste not, want not. I'm not gonna take their jerky, but if they do have a rat roasting here on the fire, I'm gonna take out my sickle. I'm gonna cut off some slices.
Okay. It's a thoroughly charred rat. Like these guys don't know what they left the fire on too high and too long. But you can get like some burnt up rat if you want. It doesn't smell super great.
Gotta know, cook at low heat.
Well, at least I'm not gonna get food poisoning. Probably.
After that big bloated rat, I mean, it's really up in the air.
Chomp.
Are you eating it now?
Very tough.
Make a Constitution save for me.
Advantage? Is it poison?
Yeah, let's go with that.
22.
Yeah, it doesn't go down easy, but it goes down, and like you feel like a little, but you don't get sick.
That was disgusting.
Why did you eat it?
Food is food.
Arctos has a look of disgust.
Oh, Soul Rune does too. These goblins don't know how to cook at all.
Arctos is like, you don't eat random cave rat. No matter who made it.
I don't know. I'm
Did
sure
your mother
there's some-
teach you anything?
Mm-hmm.
Soul Rune will narrow her eyes and say, "Yeah, she taught me a lot of stuff, like how to properly cook rat."
God damn.
All right. So this room, on the south end of this room, that is like obviously not viewable from the other end of this L-shaped room, is a door, as most things do, and from the other side of the door is just pretty much silence. And nothing else remains in here.
Well, shall we continue?
Looks like it.
I'll take up the lead.
All right. So you open the door, and it's yet another like L-shaped hallway. They really like those in this place. That leads up, and as you hit the turn of the hallway, the first thing you see is a trio of archery dummies that have a lot of arrows stuck in them, and haphazardly. The aim on the people who are firing at them are not super trained. Let's see here. Dozens of blunted and broken arrows lie on the cracked cobblestone floor, and a few protrude from the 3 crudely sewn, human-sized targets hung around the center of the south wall. The northern third of the room is separated from the south by crudely mortared and battlements, like a battlemented half wall. A permanent camp of sorts lies north of the wall, complete with a fire ring and several small iron cookpots. The fire is going, but you don't see anyone there.
Just to, kind of assert my dominance, I throw an arrow and I straight up into the middle dummy and try to straight up bullseye it.
Yeah, you're fine, Elven Eyes. It's pretty easy. It's not hard at all to bow these goblins. You have a finer bow than they do. You've got years of training, and you just got better natural acclimates to it. Let's see here.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Arctos is gonna look at him and look at the dummy. He's gonna cast Firebolt and try to blow it up.
You cast Firebolt on it, and it's poorly made straw, so it ignites almost immediately and goes up in flames very quickly.
I'm gonna look at Morgan and just shrug.
Also a nice shot.
There is nothing else in this room.
Okay.
Sorry, I should probably tell you about the doors. There's another half wall that lies between you and a door to the north, and there's also a door to the west. The door to the west is broken in half, at the top, and you can see the glint of iron as and any of y'all with dark vision, which is everyone except Talgan, can see the shape of iron cages within.
Well, that seems neat. I'm gonna walk over to that door.
Seems to be maybe some kind of prison. Maybe we should check this out.
So yeah, you go to this half broken door, and let's see, squalor reigns in this low ceilinged room. A large iron spike is driven into the floor near the door, and a small iron cage is set farther back. Several sets of corroded manacles are connected to the walls, and some still bind a few crumbling skeletons. However, there is a stockade, like a couple walls. And on the stockade, you see a couple kobolds that are still alive, who have been basically chained to this iron spike that's in the center. So as a prisoner display, and within the little iron jail cell, there is another figure, also of goblinoid size, but you can tell this one, from immediate sight, is a gnome. And I will put in a picture of her in the campaign discussion briefly. But yes, a little gnome that's hanging out, and she looks, she has a pair of glasses and some decent robes that have been stained, but you can tell they were decent at one point. And as you guys enter this room, arrows start flying at you in the surprise round. So,
I ain't no bitch.
Soul Rune, what's your AC?
16.
All right, none of them hit you. So these goblins, they do their absolute best to get this really good surprise round going, and they aim and they all fucking just completely whiff it. You guys can roll initiative.
What do you want, Dutch?
Is that a baby?
Oh man, mate.
Yeah, it's a cat.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
I got in the double digits this time.
It is a baby.
Initiative was so much better. I went from a 3 to a 5.
I got a
Excellent.
24.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Oh, Steve.
Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. And skip. Perfect. Okay, well, yeah, you guys all definitely outscored the goblins. Then, I'm sorry, Arctos, what was that number again?
5?
Okay. Got it.
Dutch.
Not everybody outscores the goblins.
Yeah, not quite.
This fucking cat.
He's being good. He's doing his best. So, Morven, it's a year ago. They have these battlements are basically, it's like a long, spiked wooden wall. It's haphazard, but you can see some goblins that are like poking up over as they take their shots at you, and then they fall back underneath as after they do their attack. There's
Okay.
sufficient room to like maneuver to flank them on these little cave ramps, but you would have to like flank them. You wouldn't be able to do
Right.
it through here.
And that gnome you said was tied up too, or was that on their side? Good
She's
guy,
in
bad guy.
She's in a cage.
Okay. I guess I could. So the goblins, how many are there?
You counted 3 arrows that went towards you. You can't see them after they duck back down. But yeah, there were 3 arrows that came at you.
All right. I will try to flank them and take a shot.
Okay, yeah, you're able to cross up and take a shot. And as you cross the battlements and like come into view of the goblins, you see there are 5 of them behind the battlements. 2 of them who are not wielding bows.
So that will be let's see, 12.
Okay, yeah, you fire your bow, and one of the goblins that is wielding a shield and a scimitar lifts his shield up and takes the brunt of the arrow, and kind of like he doesn't take any damage. Okay. Next,
Come on, jump.
next is Solrune.
What? Okay, so, Soren is gonna chant something in Dwarven,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast. One sec. I'm gonna cast Divine Favor on myself
Okay.
as a bonus action.
Like it.
Then I'm going to come up on their flank, and I'm gonna attack one of the ones with a shield with my scythe.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
That's a 7.
Yeah. So and correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine that Solrune is not used to wielding divine magic.
No.
Yeah. So as you swing your scythe, it's a strange feeling as like a bit of like radiant light reflects off of it, which is strange even in like the even if it's like kind of firelit in this room, it's still like really dark in here, so the light just reflects off of it from like seemingly nowhere, and you misjudge the amount of space you need to swing at the goblin with, and you do whiff. Talgan is going to go up on the side that Morven went, and he's going to swing at one of the goblins with a shield, and he actually does hit. And let me find my goblin.
Imagine kind of to himself, Arctos watched Solarin cast that spell and was like, should have spent more time studying, I'm afraid.
So yeah, Talgan comes up behind you, Morven, and he goes and like steps forth towards a goblin, and he just rips his axe through its neck, and he like kind of gasps loudly, because I think this is like the first sentient thing he's killed, if I'm keeping track. And he kind of like huffs, and he raises his shield up after he reminds himself to do so, just in time for the goblins to start attacking. Right, and that one of them fires an arrow at Solrun and misses. One of them fires an arrow at Morven and misses. Melee attack on Talgan, which does hit. One of the goblins leaps out of the little huddle that they had going on and jams a scimitar through at Talgan's leg, dealing 7 damage. And then the other one will also attack Solrune and miss with his scimitar. I like to think that like at the same time you whiff your thing, a goblin like comes up to try and slash his scimitar at you. But again, the blinding light that radiates from your scythe throws him off, and he whiffs it a little bit as he shields his sensitive eyes. Meepo is going to... You know what? Meepo is going to go and start working on freeing the kobolds that are latched up on the spike. And so let's see here. Oh, he doesn't have to roll for that. Yeah, Meepo's going to spend his turn freeing the kobolds that are tied up. Which brings us to Arctos. How are you doing?
Arctos wants to know, is there a way for me to get them in like a 15-foot cone?
The way that you guys flanked, you would either be possibly getting 15-foot cone. Yeah, the space between you wouldn't hit either Solrun or Morven and Tolgan. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna cast my new spell. I'm
Okay.
gonna cast Burning Hands.
Yeah, do it. Oh wait, it's a deck save for them, isn't it?
Let's see here. So, as you hold your hand, each creature makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Or takes 3d6 fire damage.
What is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay. 1 succeeds, 1 fails, 2 fail, 3 fail.
Right, so they'll take half of 13. So the one who succeeded will take 6, right? And
Yes.
the rest will take 13.
The rest of them will be roasted alive. Roll a d20 for me, new spell. But yeah, Arctos strides up and fans his hands out and just unleashes a sheet of flame that just washes over these goblins and just absolutely just tears them apart. And one of them.
12 on my roll.
Okay, cool. No side effect. And yeah, the one goblin remaining is like just reduced to his knees, and he kind of like holds up his hands in surrender, in like a surrendering gesture. Morven, it's your turn.
I take the shot. Not even gonna sharpshooter it, just full. No point. So let's see.
You can make it. You can make it an advantage if you want.
19. Actually, if it's an advantage, yeah, it's 19 still takes it.
Solrun would like to step in between this.
Yeah, no, get wrecked.
Make a. I'm wondering how we're gonna do that. How about you guys dex contest?
Oh shit, this is gonna go well.
Straight deck.
Straight dex check.
2.
12.
That's not good for you, Soren.
No, it's not. Soren, you like make a motion to like intervene on this goblin's behalf, but by the time you do, Morven has already stuck an arrow between its eyes.
9 piercing damage.
It's super dead.
These goblins aren't too smart. They wouldn't give us any information. I appreciate the thought. I like where your head's at, but they're not going to help us.
Solrun will
is gonna be like
silently shake her head disapproving.
Didn't help.
And you hear from down the main part of this room beyond the barricades, you hear some kobolds, and they're like, 3 cheers for Meepo! 3 cheers for Meepo!
I'm just like, Meepo, what? Meepo, are these our friends? No, I'll go join them.
These Meepo's clan brothers and clan sisters, yes.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to meet you. I guess we're saviors of sorts.
Oh, yes, thank you.
And Arctos kind of blushes when he says it.
Oh, what I was gonna say, and one of them, and they're all taller than Meepo, and it's starting to give you the distinct impression that Meepo's small even for a kobold. And one of them says, "Yes, thank you. You saved us. Now you say dragon, yes?"
Oh, something like that. Yes, that is somewhat the plan.
Oh, yes, good. Very good. You save dragon, you restore glory to clan, you kill all goblins, nasty goblins. And as you're saying this, you hear a voice from the cage behind you. It's like,
Oh, no, don't mind me. I'm fine just waiting. That's just fine. I'm just going to sit here. It's actually rather comfortable in this cage.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't like his tone.
it's a her, and
Oh, I don't like her tone.
I'm gonna
I'm
strike
gonna be
the
like,
lock on her
I'm
cage. with my
terribly
scythe.
sorry, madam.
you strike the lock. You said.
Yes.
Okay. This is what the gnome inside looks like. She's got like a very like a boyish charm to her.
Dang, she cute.
Yeah, make a strength save. Strength check, I guess. You're breaking it. Yeah, so this is like, or just make an attack. Fuck it.
20. Not natural 20, just 20.
Yeah, you bring your scythe down on this lock, and you're able to what's the word for it? Sunder it, and split the lock on it. And As this happens, the iron cage swings open slowly, and the gnome within, she kind of dusts herself off, and she scrambles out, and she smiles at you, said, "Oh, thank you. I have no idea how long I've been in there, and how long they can talk, these goblins, I swear. I only came here to do some studying, and you can see how south that turned. Oh, dreadfully sorry. My name is Spixie Timbers. My friends call me Spicy. And who are you?"
Oh, we
Solrun
are
will laugh out loud when she says that her friends call her spicy.
Yes, laugh it up. It's a perfectly normal gnome thing to do.
No, it's cute. I like it.
Arctos will be like, well, we are adventurers here looking for someone, and apparently a dragon. You wouldn't happen to know someone named Charlene, would you?
Give me a second. I have to look at her. I have to look at her responses.
And I'll gesture towards Targrin and be like, somebody that a female that might look like her.
Oh, the other adventurers. Yes. Well, I've been in here for a few days, I believe. Um, you'd be surprised how long divine magic can keep one staving off starvation, but sooner or later. The adventurers, they came back. I want to say a month or two. Yeah, there was one that looked an awful lot like him, the bloke over there. It's a young bird, wiry hair. Yeah, looked a lot like you. And there was also this knightly type with a glowing sword at his side, and I think a dwarf lady. Yeah, just like you. And she points at you, Solrune. Bit of a not as pretty though. Like blonde hair. It's not Merlin, I think. But anyway,
Solrun will blush.
you said you're looking for was it a dragon? You said.
Yes, more of our compatriot is. It seems that the goblins have taken the kobold's pet dragon.
So there really is a dragon here. Oh, then this trip wasn't a totally complete waste of time. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I can learn so much from a dragonling, a live dragonling. So I think I might as well explain myself. Again, I am, well, I am a senior scholar from Candlekeep to the south. Massive library fortress, if you've ever heard of it. Great place for learning, but not a great place for field testing. And field testing is what I do. I am a dragon scholar, and
Oh, very nice. I have heard of Candlekeep. It's been one of my long dreams to make the trek one day and donate my own book to the cause.
oh yes, and we always like our books. Yes, we do. Um, I came here because this place was once home to the Cult of Dragons, the legendary one that dispersed a number of centuries ago. Lots of good things here, but I haven't found anything of true worth to bring back. But being able to observe a live specimen of a dragon would be amazing for my research. And I
Have you
suppose,
heard anything or seen anything about apples growing here?
you know, I've only been here for a few months, but I do remember there was one. The goblins did parade around this white apple. They kept it on a like a plush pillow, so they didn't have to touch it themselves. And I say plush, it made of straw, all that fun stuff. But plush as far as the goblins go. And they brought it out, and they didn't say anything to me. They mostly just keep me here for entertainment. They like to poke at me with sticks. It's all very uncultured.
Of course. Well, do you happen to know where they were coming from?
And she looks around the room and she says, "Well, this one's a dead end, but I believe, well, the way to the kobolds is obviously not the way you're looking for. I believe further down. Well, if we get out into the hallway, I'll show you."
Sounds lovely. Let's follow you.
All right, yes, of course. And Spicy the cleric has joined your party. So let's
Bum
see.
bum bum. Da-ga-da-da-ga-da-da.
Yeah, it's like a nice little 6-man party now. Um, So yeah, Spicy leads you out and points to the north, and she says, "Yeah, it's gonna be just around there, I believe. And they always talk about going down, which leads me to believe there's another level to this place. I'm not sure about all that, but they are always talking about an outcast, which I believe someone, their leader, in effect, maybe. Not quite sure.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, well, thank you for your help.
I think his name was. I've heard his name once or twice. Uh, yeah, I believe his name is Bellic. Uh, yeah, Bellic, Belak or something like that. I don't know. Um, hmm. And what do you mean? Thank you for your help. But you're going to take me with you, aren't you?
Of course, if you'd like, you can continue. We're heading after this character to find this young lady, and then we'll be leaving ourselves. Uh, would you like to join us until then?
Oh, yes, I'm a good shot with my spells, and I think I could be of great use to you. This place is a dragon cult haven after all, and, well, it is my expertise to study the place. I might be able to help with anything related to that. Any puzzles or locked doors, I have a knack for these things.
Lovely.
Hmm.
Da 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 da.
So, does she have any religious symbols on her or anything?
Yes. So she has like a badge that identifies her as a sage of Candlekeep, which sage is generally anyone who studies there. But she does have a holy symbol on the other side of her jacket. It's a holy symbol of Agma, who is the god of knowledge and librarians and generally just research.
Nerds.
So she's definitely a nerd. She's definitely like a knowledge
Fucking
cleric.
nerd.
All right, so not exactly built up tough to lead the way, but I'll follow along.
Soul Rune will stride forwards.
Oh
Excellent,
no,
good.
we put the gnome up front. That way we can always see in front of us.
Oh, shut up.
Because there's the
Oh.
gnome, and then there's the dwarf.
It's like
So-
this shortest to tallest.
So the kobolds that were captive, are they just gonna run back to?
Yeah, they have already started like sprinting back to Eustriel. They look like they have been like kind of messed up and tortured. Spicy has like kept herself healthy through like small doses of divine magic the entire time. So she's looking like fit for venturing.
All right, cool.
So let's see. I need to double check the room number here. You guys leave through that one, go down the hallway. So the long hallway going to the next rooms. Fucking that DC 15. Like all the fucking perception checks in this room or in this dungeon are like DC 15.
I'm wise.
So yeah. At the end of this long hallway, you actually do see a it's a poorly concealed trap door, but like the light plays on it in a way that you're able to wise up to it. It looks like there's a solid catwalk um that strides above it that is made to look like it's part of the floor, but in reality, if you were to not step on the catwalk, you'd fall into a trap door. Um, and this would lead you to the western door. There's also a door to the north, uh, which is pretty much right next to you. So like not at the end, but like a side door. Um, yeah, and it's a pretty it's just a pretty normal door both ways. Just one of them is protected by a trapdoor.
I'm thinking we try this north door here first before we head up the catwalk.
To you.
I'll go up to the north door and open it.
Okay. So you open it, and as you do, you hear the jingling of keys. And as you look on the other side of the door, it looks like someone left a key ring in the door in their haste to leave.
Cool, I'll take that.
The stench,
Are
garbage.
there any dragony looking keys?
So no, they're all like wrought iron. You do remember that Eustrail had a fancy dragon
Oh,
key.
she had the dragon key. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So let's see here. The stench, garbage, and carrion here are evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants. Tattered hides, stretched on frames, form 6 unstable hammocks, are in a much-used fire pit. Battered cooking equipment is mixed indiscriminately with broken or worn arms and armor.
So there's
Okay.
so it's just like a small little barracks, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd like to roll perception just to make sure there's no one hiding in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
God, my rolls are shit tonight. A
What?
8 perception.
Oh, 8. Sorry. Yeah, there's no one here that you can tell.
Cool. I'll just walk in.
All right. Yeah. Nothing happens as you walk in. Place is it stinks in here. It looks like the last guard post you visited, and it seems like the goblins have like a staggered defense system against the kobolds going towards here. And again, there's shitty goblin wine. There's some bad water skins and a few bits of clutter and some bad rat jerky.
I don't recommend you try that.
I'm just gonna be, well then, seems like there's nothing of use for us here. Why don't we try the other door?
Yeah. So because Morven was ever able to correctly deduce the pit's location, you guys are able to easily get to the western door. And as you guys do get to it, it is locked, and as you get close to it, it seems very cold. But it's a different kind of cold that the door that you encountered previously is. The door that you encountered, the stone door previously, was cold in like a sort of devoid of warmth way. This one just feels like you're getting close to an open icebox.
It's like a real door or like another stone door?
It is a real door. It's a locked wooden door that's like reinforced.
Bust out them keys.
I'm gonna try each key.
Okay, you get through 1 or 2 keys, and then you manage to open the door, and you're actually surprised at the amount of wealth that is gathered in here. Because as you open, there's like bits of coin sprinkled. Let's see here, mountain and stuffed animal heads adorn the walls. The mounting job is sloppy, and the assortment of heads includes cattle, rats, and other not particularly impressive specimens. A few grisly trophies share the wall with the animals, including a couple of kobold heads. Smashed and broken cabinets and small tables litter the periphery of the room, mute victims of some sort of rampage. A rusted iron spike stands in the center of the room, trailing a broken chain. Thin patches of frost coat sections of the walls, floor, and debris. And you guys see Meepo shivering.
It's
And,
okay,
you
Meepo.
okay there, friend?
Meepo know what the ice is.
What is it?
Calcrix is white dragon. Not all dragon breathe fire. Calcrix breathe ice.
Oh, that's and and Arctos is gonna look around and he's starting to get really nervous. He's like, "That's not good."
And then Meepo is going to make a dexterity save as a white flash rockets out from some of the debris and tackles at him. Alrighty, let me just double check on this real quick. Yeah, you guys see a hiss and a flash of white light. And Meepo barely ducks out of the way as a small white dragonling skids to a stop on the other side and then hisses at him.
Calcrix, no, bad girl.
And Calcrix actually snaps something back in Draconic that you can't understand.
I try to use like my water flask, kind of like a squirt bottle, and I just.
So
I'm gonna pull my whip out as well.
go ahead and roll initiative for me, everybody. So as you like squirt out this water, Calcrix like rears her head back and then and like shoots out these streams of ice that freeze the squirts of water mid place and just like shatter into these little icicles. Yeah, let's see.
Hey, I might be going first for one.
Is that right?
17.
17.
Well,
Oh,
Got a 10.
17 plus. Arc got a 10. I'm gonna roll for everyone else in just a second. Let me see here. Trying to find something that's decent here. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, yeah. So the person who's gonna go first is Calcrix, actually.
oh no.
Oof.
So,
Please
yeah.
don't do the thing.
So she does she looks pissed. She looks super pissed at you guys. I'm trying to get some decent music playing here because music is an important part of the experience.
Play the
No.
song that Donkey uses to serenade the dragon.
A lady dragon.
And there I did it again. I found a way to. It all comes back to Shrek.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Say Tolgan and Spicy and Meepo. Poor Sir Meepo. Yeah, no, Calcrix like struts forward and tries to claw at poor little Sir Meepo. Really does not like him. It's gonna be a +4 to hit. And oh yeah, that definitely hits him. And so her shivering cold claws dig into Meepo's skin. That's it's 5, then 1d4. Meepo takes 8 damage total and kind of reels back and he's like, "Ah! Meepo, sorry, Calcrix! Meepo, sorry! Please just come back! We take care of you!" Okay, next is going to be Morven.
I'm gonna look back at the party and be like, remember, friends, non-lethal. We got a job to do. And I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay,
And then,
what does that do?
If on hits, it's concentration, but as long for the next, I think it's an hour. Yeah, up to an hour. Anytime I hit, I deal an extra 1d6 damage, and I have advantage on wisdom, on advantage on perception or survival checks to find it.
All right.
But basically, it's going to be another d6. And I'm on a sharpshooter. So let's see. So it's +6. No, it's +8 minus 5, so +3. So it'd be 15.
15. Your arrow goes forth and plinks off of a hard dragon scale and does not do any damage.
Okay, that's all I got.
All right. Next in turn order is Solrune.
I'll step between Calcrix and Meepo, and I'll say, "Calcrix, no!" and I'll lash at her with the whip.
I don't think animal handling applies to dragons.
No, man, I'm doing an attack.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll to hit.
Shit's sake. 10 to hit.
Yeah, your whip cracks at her feet, and she kind of lifts back her claw and just like again hisses at you. Spicy is going to go next. And Spicy casts Sacred Flame.
Spicy, don't kill it!
I know how to do what I'm doing. Don't worry.
And Spicy critical fails. So she calls down a pillar of fire to like go down on the dragon, and Calcrix lifts her head up and it just spews like a haze of like icy crystals up at it, and like basically blocks it as it goes.
And Arctos watches her do this, and he's like, "What is it with these religious types and just not being good at casting spells?"
Let's see here. Meepo is going to make a persuasion check. Wow. Okay. And so Meepo pokes his head out from a piece of furniture that he's hiding behind, and he calls out and he says, "Calcrix, Meepo know that kobolds not take best care of Calcrix, but Meepo promise better than the goblins. Meepo promises. The goblins hurt poor Calcrix." And again, Calcrix shrieks something back at him in Draconic, and Spicy actually translates like real time. She's like, "It looks like the dragon's a lot happier being free and reigning over the goblins than she is being with the kobolds. But she sounds a little nervous." And we're gonna reduce Calcrix's armor class by 1 thanks to Meepo's move. After Meepo is Arctos.
I'm going to. Can I use my bonus action to talk to basically do the same thing? I want to try to persuade the dragon that it could just go and rule over the kobolds, who have way more respect for it than the goblins do.
Yeah, you can. And Spicy's standing on the sidelines to translate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, listen, at least the kobolds respect you, and maybe if you go back with us, we could talk to their leader and see if maybe we could arrange a more free sense of self for you.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
We're gonna let you unionize Caltrax.
Yeah, what you got on that persuasion?
16.
16. Yeah, so Calcrix like looks a little confused actually, and she kind of cocks her head at you like a cat does when they're confused, but then immediately hisses out her tongue and says something in Draconic. And Spicy says, Calcrix says that she deserves to be treated like a queen and should rule over the kobolds themselves, not the other way around. And Meepo kind of whimpers from behind his table and says, "Meepo, sorry. Meepo told to keep dragon, not be under a dragon."
I do understand that this is how this works with most dragons. We could see what we could arrange.
All right, I'll give you. You can make another action if you would like to, or you can pass a turn, or ready an action or something.
I'm gonna ready a spell, I think, in case it decides to attack me.
Okay. And I will
if
say,
it comes within attacking range, I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
got you. And
Yeah, if
Calcrix
it comes to attack me directly.
Okay. And Calcrix is like being confused and everything, and she's starting to reel back her head, and you feel the air around you getting colder.
Ooh-wee.
Talgan goes and he puts up his shield and braces himself, but doesn't make an attack at the dragon. And that brings us to Calcrix's turn, and she uses her cold breath. In a 15-foot cone, which let me see here. That will include Talgan. Meepo's behind some stuff. That's going to include Spicy and Solrune. And I know I haven't been keeping super solid track of where everyone is, but I believe it's safe to say that Morphin and Arctos are out of it because of how you guys are very ranged combatants.
I assume they're closer to the door.
Yeah, and I think I'll say that of Spicy too. It's not a super huge room, but I think you guys could avoid it. But Talgan, Meepo, and Solrun are going to need to make Constitution saving throws.
9.
Oof. And Talgan is going to do that. Talgan nat 20s. And Brave Sir Meepo. Oh, man. Okay, so let me just, I can do this a lot easier. I'm just doing this.
Well, rip Meepo.
Alright, Solrun, you take 21 cold damage.
Rip.
As does Meepo, and Tolgan only takes 10 as a sheet of ice just rockets out, and it's like standing in the brunt of a blizzard. It is like it smacks you in the face. It brings your fingers to frostbite even within your coat, and eventually it's enough for your body to just basically not be able to withstand you go into shock.
I assume Meepo is down.
Meepo is down. Are you down?
Nope.
Oh wow! I thought you didn't have 21 HP. Okay, yeah, no, then you're not in shock. But Meepo does.
I'm a hill dwarf, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Meepo does. You see Meepo like basically, he's like a little frozen. You remember the end of the SpongeBob movie where Mr. Krabs is like frozen by King Neptune? That's basically Meepo on his little table.
Meepo, no.
All right, Morvin.
I'm going to still do the same thing. So
Okay,
that one will be a 16.
That one does hit.
Yay!
Calcrix, her guard is like a little bit down now that she's a little confused about her situation.
And I mean, I doubt that it's will be enough, but just in case, all my blows are still non-lethal.
Of course.
So that will be 16 for the arrow damage, so piercing damage, and 3 for Hunter's Mark, so 19 damage total.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so you aim at like a non-essential part of her body. Let's say like one of her legs, I guess.
I'm shooting. I'm shooting like the cartoon like arrows with like the punching like the gloves, the boxing gloves at the end. I'm just.
Yeah, I like to think that, or like maybe you shoot at like her wing. Choose one, leg or wing.
I like wing. Wing's cool.
All right, yeah. You shoot an arrow and it rips through the membrane part of one of her wings, and rips through it in such a way that you have a feeling that she wouldn't be able to fly from it anymore. She shrieks and kind of rolls over a little bit, like to deal with the pain for a second, and gets back on all fours and tries to flutter, but is unable to get herself off the ground with the rip in her wing. Solrune.
I'm gonna look at Meepo, I'm gonna look at Calcrix, and I'm gonna say, Calcrix, you fool! And I'm going to throw it on my rip, and I'm gonna rush her and attempt to grab.
Okay, yeah. Contested strength.
It's she gets to do either athletics or acrobatics to defend.
She has no skill proficiencies, but she's gonna roll off a strength.
18.
Oh, you beat the shit out of her. So after, while she's dealing with the, once she deals with the fact that her wing is torn, she's not ready for the dwarf that's coming at her to do whatever you're doing to her. Describe to me what you're doing to grapple her.
Let's see. She's going to kind of slide underneath Calcrix, grab one of her legs, and try to flip her onto her back.
It takes a hefty push because even as a dragonling, like Calcrix is pretty big. She's like the size of like a tiger, but with a heavy push and the fact that she's off balance because of her wing, you're able to basically flip her over and get her pinned. Is there anything else you got? I don't know if you have like how do you say, like bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Spicy's gonna go next, and she is going to cast Spare the Dying on Meepo.
Well, thank God.
And so what this is gonna basically take the form of is she like puts a warm hand on Meepo and she's like, oh dear, oh my goodness, those legs are going to have a rough go of it after this. And she melts the ice that is surrounding Meepo. Meepo just falls over from the shock. It looks like he's breathing, but only barely. That brings us to Meepo, who is down Arctos. And you've got Solrune, who is grappling with Calcrix and basically keeping her occupied.
Yeah, her speed is 0 right now.
Her speed is 0. She's in the grappled condition. Which means, yeah, she's condition is la. Speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit any bonus to its speed. Yeah, so she can't move.
Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Oh,
Am I cutting out at all?
I might have just missed it.
Yeah, Arctos, it is your
Fuck,
turn.
dude. Grappled. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I cast this. Alright, let's hit it with a good old magic missile.
All right, yeah. It's 1d4, 3d4 plus 1 each.
Yep.
Roll them out.
So it's gonna be 12 damage total.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's almost exact. How do you magically knock Calcrix out?
So I imagine that the first two come down and like hit her in the back, and then the next one just kind of like whips around and like clips her across the head and just knocks her out.
All right, yeah. Another expel of frost just wisps out from her mouth, and then she kind of like falls over and like is pretty. Yeah, she's conked out. And you guys have
Okay.
solved my dragon puzzle.
All right. I say
I can't believe that she couldn't calm down long enough to just talk to us. I mean, what's wrong with?
yeah. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get very much out of her. I say my vote is. I mean, Meepo is kind of on his last leg anyway. We stabilize him, have him.
Having what?
Yeah, you kind of cut out there.
Did we lose Isaac? It has to happen at some point every session. There has to be some kind of weird thing. I was gonna say to keep talking going. I'm trying to think here. You've got an unconscious dragonling. It's gonna take at least 2 people to carry her reliably.
What if I just drag her?
That was weird.
Yeah,
Sorry, I cut
welcome
out
back.
for a second. What
It's
happened?
No, I was describing like the situation. It'll only take 1 person to get Meepo back. It would take about 2 people to get Calcrix like moving, and it'd probably take you like 3 to get her like moving efficiently. She
Oh, I
be
was. Could Meepo do it by himself since he's the master of dragons?
um. So
Since he's the mother of dragons.
So you remember whenever Meepo, whenever you first encountered Meepo, he was in a room with a busted up iron cage and only equipped with a whip. So you get the feeling that Meepo is more of like a lion tamer than anything.
So since she's on her back, I'd say we just plot Meepo on her belly and then carry her, and he'll just be along for the ride. So I'll grab her tail, like I'll walk backwards, I'll grab her tail and pull her out of the room. And someone else can like take her legs or something.
Okay. Do you guys like restrain her at all?
Yeah, we'll probably tie her up just in case.
Okay. Yeah. I
Make sure we tie it. Make sure we tie up like the mouth so she can't breathe, and then like wing claws.
So she can't breathe ice on us, not so she's.
Yeah, yeah.
She still has snout. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all are able to basically tie that up, and the entire time like Spicy helps, but she's also like vigorously taking notes. This is like, oh my goodness, the perfect specimen here. Oh, lovely sheen on the scales. Oh, the ice breath.
I'm going to look at Spicy.
How cold it got in here.
Spicy. I know you are fascinated by this, but would you mind grabbing Meepo while the rest of us handle the dragon? I believe there will be plenty of time to observe it once it's back with its kobold friends.
Oh boy, let me see. And she's like, ugh! And she's able to hoist up Meepo, but it's a pretty hard job for her. They're roughly similar size.
All right, well, I'll start dragging the dragon.
Boo.
I approve.
All right, and you guys head all the way back to Eustrail?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you guys make it through, and you did a number on Calcrix, especially with like the wing, and at some point, like just as you're approaching Eustrail with the dragon tied up, Meepo wakes up, as does Calcrix, but Calcrix like rights for a little bit, but you've got her snared up pretty good, and all you feel is like some cold snout puffs.
You're gonna turn and be like, "Now, Calcrix, you had a chance to talk to us. This is what you got for continuing to try to eat us. I will talk to them for you, but you have not made a good case for yourself."
And she snarls at you and like spews like some ice crystals at you. They don't hurt, but like you're
Under my, just kind of, it's audible, but I'm trying to talk like it's under my breath. I'm just gonna be like, I swear, I thought dragons were supposed to be smart.
And Spicy actually does like say this, like as you say this. Oh well, you'd be surprised actually. The white dragon is actually one of the more frenzied feral types. Of all the draconic types, besides the whole split between chromatic and well metallic, but that's its whole thing. The white dragon is very motivated and animated compared to all of its compatriots, its brethren of the other colors. They tend to act the most beast-like of all of them. It's not surprising to me that she was very concerned with her status and being
It
the
doesn't
boss.
stop an intelligent animal from acting with sense and morality when a group of adventurers approach her about righting her life.
Oh, quite right, quite right. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just offering a trained, scholarly perspective. That's all.
What color are Caltrex's eyes?
Calcrix has blue eyes. Oh, god damn it!
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotti.
All right. It was like as the words were leaving my mouth, I was like, blue. Oh no. Oh, you dick. Um. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Uh. All right, yeah. So Eustrail is actually like she's like surprised whenever you bring Calcrix back in like rope and everything. She's like, oh my, a dragon has returned as according to our deal. Uh, do not mistake my surprise for lack of faith, but again, is not just anyone who can take on an entire dragonling, small even as Calcrix is, and live.
Yes, well, she did try to make it difficult.
I imagine. Oh, and Meepo's just like Meepo. He's like he's still dizzy. He's still kind of in shock. Um, and he's like kind of barely lucid, and he's not able to walk by himself. He's still like really fucked up from the dragon fight.
I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, roll to how many to heal?
That's a D8.
Okay, yeah, roll it.
He gets 5 hit points back.
So whenever you do this, yeah, your healing magic, and again, it's like the first time you've actually like done this, like very focused healing. Like laying on hands was kind of like a natural thing to you, but this is like a very trained motion. Like with very strict intent, I guess is how I'm trying to say this. And a like a yellowish white light washes over Meepo, and he kind of like stretches his legs out and he rubs his little kobold forehead, and he says, "Oh, Meepo, Meepo feel very cold. Can Meepo have a blanket? Where is Calcrix? Oh!" And he like sees Calcrix bound up, and he like sighs a breath of relief. "Oh, Meepo's so glad. Oh, Meepo's so happy."
I'm gonna look at our priest friend and be like, listen,
Eustrail.
listen, Eustrail, while we have you here and the dragon is currently tied up, I did promise to talk about its living conditions with you.
Is that right?
Yes, you see, from what I've gathered from our new gnome friend here, white
Spicy
dragons are, yeah, white dragons are not necessarily creatures who appreciate cages or being told what to do, especially by us or you.
I see. You must understand that as a dragon cult, we require a living idol. It is the focus of our clan, but we also cannot let the dragon run about. And
Well, yes, of course, living, sure, but I'm sure there's some kind of agreement we could come to, and I kind of want to slide up a little bit closer and under my breath be like, if you were willing to play along, I believe we could sell this as if she's in charge. Uh, you get what you want, and the dragon gets what she wants, and maybe she's less willing to run to the goblins the next time she feels slighted.
roll me a persuasion check, but at advantage.
Let me find persuasion. 21.
Oh yeah.
Dang girl.
And she scratches at her chin, and Eustreo says, Eustreo believes she has a solution. And she reaches above and unclasps the key from the jaw of the dragon above her throne, and she paws it. And she says, there is a sacred chamber sacred to the dragon cult that resided in this castle long before we did. Eustreo believes that this may be proper space for the dragonling to run about. Eustreo suggests you clear out this space of any dangers that may lurk within, as we bind the dragon here and keep her from escaping again. And in return for this, we will give you the salvaging rights to whatever treasures lie within this place. They will help you in your mission to rescue those taken by the outcast.
So,
I'm just gonna turn and look at Calcrix and shrug.
And Talgan actually is like, no, listen, I understand why we needed to go and take the dragon, but this is precious time we're wasting. My sister's still down there somewhere.
Logan, do you believe that it would not be in our benefit to have a dragon and its followers in our loyalty?
I'll look at Tulgin. I'm gonna pull up one of my gloves and like show him the frostbite on my fingers and on my hands, and then I'm also gonna lay hands on myself.
It's like clap your hands together.
I mean, you're willing to go further down on your own if you want. I don't see you getting very far.
Your people avoid this place for a reason.
I understand, but this seems like a side errand. Like I feel like we're getting sidetracked. This magic stuff is above me. I'm just a man who swings things and carries things and does his best doing that. But I don't understand how this is helping us. I feel like we're slowing ourselves and we're just leaving Sharwin to die down there.
Talgren, she's been here for a month. If she's not dead yet, a few hours will not change that.
You handled
You're-
that much more gracefully than I wanted to. And I'm glad because I was like, character choices. I want to say it, but I don't know how without being like a super dick.
Your sister is tougher than you seem to think. If she's alive down there, she will be okay.
Persuasion check at advantage. I like this.
Because I was straight up about to be like, if she's not dead, and like,
20.
Talgan takes a deep breath, as you've seen him do so many times, almost as if it's like one of his personal like calming mantras, that he nods and he says, all right, fine. But after this, we're going straight down there, okay?
I'm gonna look at him and be like, we already have a direction, we already have a plan. This is a necessary step to make sure we don't come back to less friendly terms.
All right. And I guess army of kobolds can't hurt whenever we go take on the rest of the goblins.
A young dragon, to boot.
All right, let's go and grab some living quarters for the dragon then.
Cool.
Alrighty. And Eustreo holds up her hand and she says, Eustreo has not forgotten our deal. The treasure within the place is yours, but Eustreo also promised you rewards here. and she points to the altar that is behind her. That was like basically what she built the throne against,
Mm-hmm.
and she gives you the treasure that lies within. So the items assembled on the altar, and I'm going to type these out right here. Altar treasure. So it's a feather token. It looks like a sort of like a dream catcher, but instead of like an intricate thing of webs, it's a circle that depicts a sown tree. And anyone who's proficient Arcana can make a check on that.
Me. Uh-oh.
Ark.
I got a 5.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck that is. You see 3 spell scrolls, and anyone who's an arcane spellcaster can read the magic and see that the spell scrolls are of mage armor, spider climb, and knock.
Ooh, I
And
want the knock.
I mean,
and
I'm
none
gonna be
of
like,
us are.
friends,
well, Spicy
we need
can.
this.
Oh yeah, spicy. I was about to say neither of us can
I'm
because
gonna look at
we're
Spicy
hybrid
and be like,
casters.
Spicy, do you know mage armor?
Well, no, more of a clerical type, but actually, no, wait, well, yeah, she can. No, more of a clerical type, more of a bless sanctuary type.
I'm gonna go ahead and hand her the scroll and be like, you might need this if you continue to travel with us.
So I've seen.
And also,
Sorun will, for once, display some intelligence and be like, "Hey, didn't you say that one door that was locked? Didn't you say knock opposite of it or something?"
Yes, that is part of what we need. Now all we must do is acquire a key.
and you remember this door is the one that
It's
Eustrail
the dragon
mentioned.
door.
Yeah, is the one that she's given you a key to.
This makes a lot of
No.
sense now.
Well, couldn't we use the knock on the stone door then that has no keyhole?
Might be able to. And also, by the way, the last thing of the treasure is a single bottle that contains 3 doses of an elixir of health.
You know, I'm scooping it up.
Y'all can stop Arctos from scooping all the treasure, by the way, guys. I'm just letting you know that is an option you have.
I'll take the tree token because I like nature.
You can go ahead and make me a oh shit. Let me just double check on the.
What kind of tree is it? Is it an oak tree? An ash tree?
It's a very like
an-
stereotypical cartoonish, not cartoonish, but symbolic depiction of a tree. The a lot more of the woodland elves keep these things. This is a Qual's feather token. The tree. Um, you can basically consume this feather token, and only once. Um, when
I just
outdoor.
spit it out.
So
I
Actually
started
comes out
eating
about
disorder.
18 hours later.
um, so when outdoors, and the Citadel technically counts as like outdoors. Well, the caves do, but the Citadel itself does not. Um, you can use an action to touch the token on an unoccupied space on the ground. The token disappears, and in its place, a non-magical oak tree springs into existence. 60 feet tall, 5 diameter trunk, and its branches at the top spread out in a 20-foot radius. I will say that you need to have contact with sunlight to use it. How about that?
Okay.
So yeah,
You can make a tree.
token to make a tree.
Turns it into forest terrain, so all of a sudden you have advantage.
Mm-hmm. Eustrail wishes you luck in your errand, and prays for your success. Eustrail will not lie to you. We do not know what is beyond that door. We have not checked.
Oh, couldn't hurt to see what's there, right? We've got the spell, we've got the key, we've got the party.
Don't stop the party. And this is a safe place, by the way. Because I know you guys are hurting. I won't deny you a rest if you would like one.
We could maybe just take a short rest.
Yeah, the
I'm
kobolds.
actually. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was like, I'm actually good, but then I realized I did blow a spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna expend my 2 sorcerer points to get one of my spells back.
Yeah, and I was because fucking Soul Rune over there did take 21 points of damage. Um,
Yeah,
I'm amazed he survived that, but like hell yeah. Um,
24 max, buddy.
yeah, that's fair. And Meepo takes some time to like recuperate and everything, and he uses his hit die as well.
Yeah, during the break, I'll look at Meepo and be like, Meepo, will you be joining us?
Meepo is Meepo's. You can make a medicine check for me actually if you would like to.
Oh, goodness.
I'm
16.
okay.
I mean, whatever. I mean, like a trained medical eye could probably turn up more than he could, but like I'm just going off of So like
I mean, I'm proficient.
um, I think that it's pretty obvious what happened to Meepo.
Okay.
As you like look at him, it looks like his nerves basically got frayed by the frost. And it looks like he's having like a hard time maneuvering his fine motor skills. Uh, so much so that like he can barely walk. Like he requires like assistance to go like long distances, and he's getting praise among all the kobolds and everything, and he's lapping that up and everything. But it doesn't look like he's fit for venturing. Not now.
All right. Sounds good. All
He
right,
might.
come on, Meepo.
Oh my god, he might need like some serious magical intervention more than just like curing wounds. Get out from there. You're not allowed down there. Go. So yeah, that's the state. Meepo's like, Meepo, not very much help like this. Meepo, very sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Meepo. You helped plenty.
Well, if you need anyone to, and this is a spicy speaking, she says, if you need anyone to translate some runes for you, well, I'm quite fluent in Draconic. Not to mention Gnomish, obviously, common. I speak a hefty bit of Elvish and Dwarven too, and I've picked up a little bit of Goblin while interred, so to speak. So, maybe I could.
Ooh, I think
I'm
she's
going
more
to.
of a wizard than you are, wizard.
Because she speaks different languages doesn't mean that she's
No,
better
it's
at
because
magic than me.
No, it's because she's a nerd.
I am a bit of a nerd, yes, and I am pretty good at magic. I'm not going to toot my own horn as it will, but I have trained at Candlestick for a very long time. I'm not bad at what I do.
Oh, I'm very tempted to just firebolt this lady and walk away.
Oh, and
Arctos is gonna look at her and roll his eyes and be like, "Listen, if you want to come with us to, I don't know, check out where the dragon will be staying. You obviously know something about that. Maybe you can help us set it up so that it's better for it. But stay or leave. I don't care anymore." And he's just gonna turn around and get ready to go.
Oh, and she wiggles her eyebrows at you and looks very satisfied with what just happened. She's like, "Oh yes, yes, lead on. Yes, I'll just stay back here with my inferior spellcasting and my years and years of draconic education. No big deal. Yes, I'll help out as much as I can."
I like her.
Oh, Solrun is very impressed with her.
And this is how Josh again plays the whipping boy of the party.
Yeah, Arctos just kind of storms off. He's very upset because, like, magic is something that he has always naturally been very good at. While it's a little chaotic, he's always picked up on things very quickly. So he's like, they think the cleric's better than I am. I don't understand. I literally am a sorcerer. I have a natural knack for these things. I can cast more spells, and they're more destructive and more impressive. But they don't seem to know that. And who's failing all the spells? Obviously, the clerics. They've failed on multiple spells so far, but I haven't missed a single one. Well, maybe that one firebolt, but that was poor aim, not the spell's fault. I can't believe it. Like it just continues off down the hallway like that.
Which one of us has been holed up in a cage for months? She calls out behind you. She's not letting up.
Meanwhile, I'm back there. I visibly
He
see
yells
like
back,
him
"I will
muttering.
put you back there."
I see him muttering. I was like, so tell me more about like how your magic work. It's like I've never really had an interest for magic, but suddenly, like after seeing your impressive abilities, like I'm enamored and need to know more.
Basically sprinting down the hallway now. He's like, I just need to get away. He's got the key. He's got the stupid spell. He's like, I'm done.
Oh man. And she picks up on what you're spitting, but also she does like seem like she does look like genuinely excited. Um, and she's like, "Oh well, if you must know, I petition. I am a cleric of knowledge in a broad sense. I channel my divinity. I channel my power through contact with Ogma, well, the god of all knowledge and libraries and books and all just knowing things more than other people. You understand?
The
And
whole time she says this, I'm just doing like I would just keep looking at Arctos. I'm like, like clearly not paying attention, just like watch, yeah,
and as I petition him, I can basically take my pick. Oh, none of that, all that memorizing stuff. Yes, of course, all spellcasters have to memorize, but with me, all I have to do is prepare. I have my full list of spells available at any time. I just have to think about it and ask very nicely, and I can change myself up on the moment's notice.
I know 2 spells.
yeah. You also get medium armor proficiency, and sometimes
No, I prefer just a light coat of leather. I like to be nimble. Oh, and you're casting spells. That's so nice. Have you been spellcasting long? You're so very good at it. I saw you cast
oh,
that cure.
thank you.
I'm sorry. She's talking to Solver in here.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, but I mean, I'm sure you're very good as well. I don't think I've seen you cast one yet, but well, let's have a
I did
go.
that.
Yes.
I did that hunter's mark.
All Arctos can think is he's like, I am going to light this lady on fire. First chance I get.
No, I've only had magic for like 2 weeks now.
Oh, well, you're doing a very good job at it.
I cast my first spell today.
Really? Oh, what was it? Was it that red circle that I saw around the dragon for a second? Oh, lovely. Oh yes. And she kind of like inspects like the two of you and just like again she's making a big show of it. I'm just gonna the rest of this session tonight is gonna be me being spicy and I love it. Just, oh well, you just keep on practicing and you keep on asking very very hard, and who knows, maybe we'll get you your own spell book when we get out on all this. How about that?
Ooh.
Arctos just shouts back, he's like, you are all trash.
Noobs. All right, so are you guys backtracking to
Maybe we should go help him with the door.
Yeah, we do dragon door.
Yeah, Arctos is already there, like he's cast the knock spell, he gives it the
Well, this one was the one with the key, though, wasn't it?
yeah, he's like
Yeah, there is
unlock it and he's like opening the door already. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm done with you people.
So, do you put the key in?
Yeah.
Okay. So the key, as you insert it, the key pushes through the magic barrier, that surrounds the door, and that is more than enough to open it up. And let me see here. No knock required.
So he still has. Yeah, I was gonna say. So he still has the knot.
Yes. Let me just re-ascertain where I'm at right here. That is number 8, I believe, that you guys just entered. Yeah. So as you click the key and turn it, the door slowly swings open of its own accord. And as the door opens, a hissing noise and a puff of dust around the door indicates the chamber beyond has been sealed for ages. Dust, long undisturbed, covers every surface in this large gallery. The air here is stale. 3 alcoves are on the north wall, and 1 is on the south wall. Each alcove contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a fist-sized crystalline globe sitting on it. The globes of the northern alcoves are cracked and dark, but the grove in the southern alcove glows with a soft blue light. Faint tinkling notes of music issue from it. Yeah, you see like a small glowing orb, and it's just like soft piano notes.
So this is very obviously magic, right?
Oh yeah, it's glowing, it's making noise.
I'm making Arcana check.
So you walk up to the orb because you'll need to like be close to it to like get a better look at it and get its like magic vibe. And I will need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Womp womp.
One that I'm not good at. 5.
Okay. So
you go close to the magic orb and you look at it, and the music immediately takes root in your mind, and like just something that you will never forget. It's the most beautiful music you've ever heard. And yet at the same time, it feels forlorn. It feels scary almost. So scary that you want nothing more than to be away from it. Um, and so you immediately, against your own will, start walking backwards, um, out towards the entrance to the room.
I'm just gonna look at them and be like, "That was
See ya.
weird."
Well, no, sorry. I'm just doing this because they might. You continue walking. You are being compelled to walk back outside of the Citadel into the courtyard.
As I walk past them, I'm like, I don't think I want to go in there.
All right. See ya.
He keeps going backwards, though.
Yeah, he's walking backwards. He's getting like a good backward step going.
Okay, well, we're gonna go in there, just so you know.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
Well, now hold on, come on now. Great wizard and all that. It takes more than that. And she tries to
Not a wizard, but okay.
and Spicy and Talgan both try to grab you. Spicy fails.
I really, really don't want to go in there. I'm sorry.
Talgan fails. Jesus Christ, guys. Yeah. It's like they both try to grab onto you, but you're possessed of more powerful. You're possessed of more powerful urges that overpower their physical drive to grab you, and they're like, well, shit, is what Spicy says. In order to get to the door on the other side of this wall, let me see here. Well, I shouldn't have said there's a door here because it's supposed to be hidden, but fuck it, there's a door on the other side. But yes, you will need to go within 5 feet of the orb.
I'm gonna walk. I don't know what the hell this orb is. I'm gonna walk in and go, ooh, orb, and I'm gonna walk towards it.
Wisdom save.
Natural 1.
You take 1 psychic damage as just the music immediately it takes root in your mind. I'm gonna turn it louder on my end. It takes root in your mind super hard, and you start sprinting after Arctos, who has you're starting to think has a pretty good idea about this place.
Told you, right?
Wait up.
You hear it, and it goes bum 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 bum.
I should have done that. No, it's fine. It has to be an instrumental.
All right, you pussies. Time for me to see what the fuss is about, and I just kind of walk up to that door.
Wisdom save.
Oh, it's cocked. I can't tell. It's either really good or really bad. So I'll just 18.
Okay, so the music takes root in your mind, and you start hearing the lovely piano melody as it swells and everything. But as good of an idea as it is to you to not fall prey to this, you're just like, no, I really want to go into this so I can keep on doing my quest. And you're able to resist the orb, and the swirling white light in it starts to turn red as if the orb is angry.
He mad.
Talgan is going to follow you and make his own wisdom save. And he immediately turns around and starts walking out. And Spicy walks up to him, and she's like, "Oh, well, that's not that bad. It's actually kind of a lovely melody if you think about it. I don't know what the deal is."
No.
Outside, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, you guys find yourselves out in the courtyard of the Sunless City. You're not supposed to be down there. Go away. I love you, but go away. Sorry, my cat's misbehaving. You guys find yourself out in the court of the Sunless Citadel. It is nighttime, so the sun is not peeking out over the ravine. But yeah, you guys are cool now.
but you're just out there.
Well, that was unpleasant, wasn't it?
Hmm.
I don't know. I went towards that orb, and all of a sudden, I did not want to be near that orb. It was probably a magical effect of some kind, but I don't know what kind.
Morven and Spicy, who is not played by a person, so I don't know why I called her out. As you get close to the door, and it's just like a solid like rock wall. That's why I knew there was a door there. It's not hidden. It's just there. It's not actually a door. It's just like a draconic mouth sprouts out of the stone. Not like something breaks through it, but like the stone itself molds into a mouth of like a dragon and starts speaking. And it says, "We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we?"
God damn it! You found my one Achilles heel is that I'm terrible at riddles. Okay.
And the
Can you
rest of the
type it
party
out?
isn't there.
Correct. I'm typing it now.
No, like it without fail. If there's one thing Isaac can't do well in D&D, it's riddles. Like I don't think I've done a single fucking riddle.
You remember how
In
bad
it.
like my painting puzzle killed y'all? Oh man, that painting puzzle was great. I need to reuse that
At
one
night
day.
without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen.
I don't know why you're saying it. You're not there.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
reading
rude.
it.
Solarune will tell Ark, by the way, I hope that all didn't upset you. I think you're a really great sorcerer?
You should have said warlock.
Druid?
Sorcerer, yes, thank you.
And Spicy's looking at this and she's like, "Oh, all this poetry nonsense. I'm more of a academic girl, really." And Tolkien like approaches you guys in the court and is like, "I don't like this place. I don't like that orb. I don't like all this magic shit. And I don't like all this dragon shit. Wish we could be done with it."
Is it
Very fair.
stars?
And as you say the word stars out loud,
Fuck yeah, Isaac got it.
I was
the door-
wondering if I was going to have to find a way to get in the door to tell you the answer.
the dragon's mouth retracts into the stone, and the stone just crumbles.
Good.
Okay.
That's probably like the first fucking D&D riddle I've ever got. I'm terrible at them.
And
Well,
as
you
the
did it.
door opens, the little orb stops glowing and just falls dark. It's not cracked, but it falls dark. And you guys don't feel that bad about being inside anymore if you want to go back in.
I think we might as well give that another shot. Let's go in there.
Say so.
I love
But,
how just old
after you.
It's like just an old school asshole dungeon trap place. It doesn't do anything except inconvenience you. It's so fucking good.
Those are the
And of
best.
course, the only one that gets through is the one least likely person to get through the next part of it.
Oh yeah. So
We would, like, there, if that had been any harder, we very likely would have been like, all right, well, I guess we're just gonna fucking sit here for 30 minutes while Isaac scratches his head.
So anyway, so yeah, as you guys enter the door that and again like the bricks crumble leading inwards, dust cloaks the contents of this 20-foot wide hall. 6 alcoves line the walls, 3 to the north and 3 to the south. Each alcove, except for the southwest one, holds a humanoid figure carved of red-veined white marble. The figures resemble tall elves in plate armor. A stone archway at the west end of the hall opens into a wide room from which a greenish light glows. A dark pit is situated before the doorway. I did say the right room, right? Okay, I did. Good. Oh, did we lose someone? Oh,
The
it was,
bot.
it was
Lost
the bot.
the
It's
bot.
fine. Yeah, I need to put my Oblivion dungeon music back. Okay, I freaked out for a second. Yeah,
I'll look at
so
the orb and be like, did you guys break it?
it's just dim. It's not cracked like the rest of them are.
Did you guys break it?
Maybe.
Maybe y'all
Good.
can
I
attempt
didn't
to.
like it.
Yeah, anyone who wants, or Talgan will just go ahead and be like, all right, yeah, and he takes the blunt end of his, like the hilt of his, the haft of his battle axe and slams down on it, and he.
Oh, I said, did you break it, not could you?
Oh, well, Talgan shatters it.
That worked.
So the Palantir or whatever the fuck it is silent. So yeah, there's a dark pit on the other side that stands before you in this archway that leads into another open room. Uh, let's see. Blah 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 blah.
I'll walk up to the edge of the pit.
Okay. With your dark vision, you can see down, and it looks like it's full of spikes. They are rusted and like kind of bloodied, and you see like a lot of skeletons down there.
Yeah, let's not fall into this. Can I see what the hell the green light is on the other side?
So the green light looks like it's coming from around the archway that leads into the larger room. And it's pitch dark in there, even to your dark vision, across from the past the archway. Besides this green light, it looks like whatever the green light source is, it's being hidden by the archway's sides.
So can we not like sidle around the pit, or it's just entirely like we'd have to jump it or something?
It's entirely pit. Yeah, the walls.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no way to skirt it. You'd have to do a jump.
I jump.
Okay, athletics. Or acrobatics. I mean, I'll take either.
I'll look at our gnome friend and ask her if she feels up to jumping.
14.
Yeah. It's not easy. And you do like scuff your feet on the other end, but you manage to clear the gap, just barely. And she kind of looks at it. Spicy does, and she's like, you know,
And then I kind of assemble the, at the other end, if people want to jump, like I kind of catch them and help them up to give them a little bit of extra cushion on that jump.
And she's like, I did skip leg day, and oh goodness, this is
Yeah, I'm gonna
probably
pick her up in a fireman carry.
this is probably a bad time to talk about my acrophobia. Oh, please put me down. No.
Throw her.
It's okay, I got you.
All right, make an athletics check or acrobatics check at disadvantage.
You know what? It might be easier to throw her.
You can throw her. You can make a strength check for me. She does not weigh much. She's like 30, 40 pounds.
And I'm gonna catch her, so he doesn't have to like.
22. She goes soaring.
It's like, yeah, you
Throw her
chuck
so
she
hard
goes,
she splats against the ceiling.
I'll never forgive you. She like flies over, and then you catch her pretty square, Morven. She's like, oh, hello. Can you please put me down?
And now I'll make my jump.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics for me. Oh no.
Arctos is gonna watch.
How fatal do
And-
those spikes look?
They don't look like they're good for your health.
'Cause I rolled a natural one.
Oh my god! Oh
You
man.
need new dice. You need new dice.
Yeah,
bud.
dice jail, dude. That's gonna. I don't know what the. But you fall like 5 feet, and you like. I'm sorry to do this, but like it's a crit from the spikes, so they do 4d10 damage to you.
My God.
Yeah, you take you take 23 points of damage.
God.
Yeah, no.
You're still alive.
The way that this works is that like you're not skewered, because the only way to survive that would be to, well, you wouldn't, you'd be dead. You teeter off the side, and like you just barely miss the side and like try to grab at it with your hand, and you fall down to the bottom of this pit. And you take some rough spikes to the sides and to the hips and everything, and like your armor gets torn up a little bit, and you're pretty sure you ripped out a hefty chunk of skin from one of your arms, and you fall back to the bottom, and it's just barely shallow enough to avoid falling damage, but you are not looking too hot.
Laura rope, please.
Arctos is already pulling out his rope from when he was going to throw it to Morven and have him tied on something for
Hey,
him to
while I'm-
crawl across.
While I'm down
Uh,
here, I'm gonna look around the skeletons, see if they have anything.
So these skeletons
Pity
are
gold.
They are super old. Um, the whatever they were wearing has largely crumbled to dust over the years. And there's like some goblin skeletons, some kobold skeletons, and some humanoid, like larger humanoid skeletons. Uh, but besides that, yeah, there's really nothing down here except for like death and decay.
All right.
I throw some rope.
I throw some rope down.
All right. With some rope, it would be super easy to get out of here.
Is there a rock or something I could tie this rope to, and then throw it across so I don't have to jump?
You could probably like pound a stake into the ground or something, or like a sharp bladed object.
You have a dagger here.
I think that a dagger could probably hold it if you like, because the floor is like it's masonry, but it's built on like old stone and shit like that, and like dirt. There's like
Okay,
significant amount
then
of like dirt, debris, and everything.
I'll throw the other end to Morven to hold for me. And then I'll just like army crawl across the rope.
And as Solrune gets up to the top of the pit, we're like, all right, we're all here, let's go. And
Yeah, Solrune like
no,
has like you're gonna have some scars from that one.
but no, I do. I help you do the rope thing.
Okay.
Also, I cast Goodberry, and I give Solrune some sweet, sweet snack.
Oh my god, thank you.
I'll give you all 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like you're gonna have like some permanent back scars from that. Like that shit fucked you up.
Solrune will jam all the berries into her mouth and say, "Thank you."
Yeah, Arctos, you were able to successfully army crawl across. Very well done. Very, very ingenious of you. And then, as all of you manage to get across, and Talgan, oh shit, Talgan needs to do his jump too. Shit. Oh, thank God he makes it. I didn't want to have to fucking do that. All right. So yeah, as you guys all make it across, the room lights up as the green light dissipates and lights the entire place up. Violet marble tiles cover the floor and the walls, though all are cracked and broken, revealing rough-hewn stone beneath. Some sconces, which are recently lit in each corner, each hold a torch, burns with a greenish fire, and a marble sarcophagus, easily 9 feet long, lies in the room's center. The coffin is carved with dragon imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. Rusting iron clasps firmly lock down the lid. And then, as you guys are looking at the sarcophagus, you hear a laugh behind you, like, and then you hear the sound of rope snapping.
Oh, I duck.
You duck and nothing comes flying at you, but if you were to look behind you, you see a little imp.
Oh, I sure will, yeah.
You see a small little imp creature who is floating above the ground with like a little fire on the tip of his finger, and anyone who wants to make a Arcana or Religion check can do so.
Like an Arcana check.
Not good at either of those.
Nat 20 on religion.
Got a 13.
So, Solrune, whenever you sat in for like the lessons for Shantea, because she's such a gentle goddess, she doesn't really focus much on like destroying evil like proactively, but they still you stumbled upon like a book that had like demonology laid out, demonology and devils and everything, and this is very easily a quasit, which are these lousy little spiked and I need to remember if they're a devil or a demon because there's a difference.
I believe they're devils.
They're demons. They're chaotic. Yeah, so they're like
They are demons?
Yeah, they're demons. Yeah, they're like these spiked little nasty bow-legged motherfuckers. And you just hear it like John got you. And then he becomes invisible.
Demon!
Yeah, I was thinking of something else.
I'm gonna whip out my holy symbol and use what's it? Divine sense.
Yeah, good call. So yeah, as you do this, you see the quasit floating in. You see like the outline of the quasit, and it's like it's red. And you're able to determine where it is with your divine sense. I know that's not exactly what the ability does, but I feel like that's a perfect counter to this. It's
I'll
a very
point in his direction with my scythe. He's right there.
and he kind of looks and he's like, "Oh shit!" And it starts to it flies. Let me see. It flies upwards out of things. Let's see.
I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow through its wing and pin it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't want to roll initiative for just one little thing. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
At one.
You're gonna make me roll initiative. Yeah, you shoot an arrow at it, and it like does a little flip. I should also mention it has like bat wings that don't look like it's super natural to its body, and it flips around and grabs your arrow from midair. It's like
You know
some
what?
shit.
I have a whip with reach. How about I just whip the damn thing?
Yeah, you can whip it. Whip it good.
Doom, 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 doom.
Right there.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, it does. Roll damage.
I actually listened to Whip It today at
4
work.
damage.
4 damage. Yeah, no, you did you ever get how long does that divine favor work, by the way?
I'll look it up 1 sec.
Because if that still applies, you can use it here, and it'll probably.
Oh
fuck this
no,
thing
no,
up.
divine favor? No, it'll last like a minute.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, you swip it and it kind of like just like ah! And makes him fall out of the air in front of you guys. And he smiles and he says, he looks at his wrists and it looks like they've been bruised, as if he's been chained. He's like, "You broke the binding. My watch over the dragon priest is over." And he
Ooh.
Excuse me, Dragon Priest?
Huh.
your problem now. And he points his fingers at his mouth and shoots a firebolt through his brain.
What the fuck?
And
That
then
is how demons work.
and then he dissipates into smoke.
Okay.
Demons, when they die, they just go back to Avernus.
That's fair. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming that's probably the big spooky sarcophagus.
yeah, big
Uh,
9 foot long marble sarcophagus with the image of a dragon, the head of a dragon, rusty iron clasps on the lid.
I just pull out 5 straws. Who's doing it?
And actually, Spicy is like, well, if anyone wants to go and like investigate the place, like it should be me. I'm not like taking precedence, but I am educated in this. Let me have a go at it. Why don't you?
Be my
Okay.
guess. Yeah, as we all like take the Scooby-Doo steps backwards.
Yes, very interesting.
I'll walk up with her. I'm in for it now.
Ah, this is absolutely marvelous. Definitely some old Cult of the Dragon symbolism here. No idea about any of the. Doesn't look like there's any wording or any indication of why thing is here, but perhaps on the inside of the sarcophagus. And she kind of like tugs at the latches, and she's like,
Ooh, maybe don't open that.
"Well, if anything is here, then we should probably find out, right? If we're going to be leaving the dragon here."
Well, I
Yeah.
don't disagree. He did just mention a dragon priest.
Oh, come on now.
And something-
Where's your academic fervor and your curiosity? Come on
I'm
now.
gonna put the
hiding
I'm gonna-
right behind my 12 hit points.
I'm gonna put
Go ahead.
the heel of my foot against the lid of the sarcophagus, and I'm just gonna push.
One of the latches breaks, leaving 5 remaining.
Soren, why? I think we should be very well prepared before we open this sarcophagus.
Oh yes, certainly. I don't think anything. Well, I mean, undeath is a long process. I'm not saying it's not a possibility, but you do have a cleric here. So if anything dead comes out, I can rebuke the dead, and we'll be right as rain.
I don't want to tell you what to do,
I'm gonna
but I did give
what's
you a
it,
spell
divine
that
sense?
might be helpful.
Oh yes, of course. And she reads out mage armor and gives herself a splash of mage armor, raising her AC.
I'm gonna divine sense again, Tyler.
You don't sense anything inside.
All right, screw it. I'm gonna keep pushing with my
Make
foot.
an Arcana check on the outside of it to find out more about this dragon priest, maybe
Yeah, you can roll
before
that.
we
Sure.
actually open it.
So you don't sense any enchantment cast on the sarcophagus itself, but there's some kind of magical juju coming from within it.
Well, it is certainly magic, and I'm just gonna step back a good bit, like
I'm gonna
30
keep
feet back,
pushing.
and be like, "All right, if we're going to open it, I guess we should open it." I'm gonna go ahead and ready a firebolt.
I'm gonna
Oh.
keep pushing the lid.
Okay. Yeah, you break the remaining latches, and you're able to, and it takes a lot of effort, but you are able to remove the coffin lid. And in the coffin is a troll. It's dressed in rotted finery, but its jewelry and rings adorned its tiny silver dragons still sparkle. The creature's body is shrunken and elongated, and its flesh is a rubbery, putrid green. Its black hair is long, thick, and ropey, and its beady black eyes flash open, and it snarls as it drearily rises out of its tomb. Roll initiative.
I'm gonna hit it with my firebolt.
You absolutely can hit it with a fireball. That's an excellent idea.
Rolled a 15.
Let me double check here. Uh, yes, that does hit, and you do double damage, I think.
Right.
No, you don't do double damage, but you stop its regeneration. Hot damn, yeah.
Okay, so it deals 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna activate my Flames of Phlegethos.
Okay.
So let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't change my roll. Reroll ones, but that wasn't a 1. Those flames to wreath up around me. So it's gonna shed light for 30 feet around me, and if I'm within 5 feet of it, it's me, and it's within 5 feet of me. It takes 1d4 fire damage.
Okay. I can roll that. Everyone else can roll initiative for me.
I got 10.
Also, oh my god,
12.
I got a 6.
God. 6. Let's roll for Tolgan. And it's that, and Spicy, what you got? And as, like, the troll rises from its tomb, she says, "Well, it's not undead. I told you I was prepared for that, but, I'm still technically right." Okay. Let me see here. Shit. I'm trying to think of, like, what's a decent, like, battle music for this shit. Let's go with, just to make Josh mad, I think. Yeah, extended, that'll do. Excellent.
Also, heads up, I have to work early tomorrow, so after, like, depending on how long this is, I'll probably have to dip shortly after.
Okay, that works. I don't think it'll take like super long. Depending on how you
No.
guys do.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with, like, an average. I'm just saying, like...
Is
Okay.
this the Screamo one?
No. But it's good to know. Thank you,
good.
Isaac. All right, Morven, you're first up. Morven? Isaac, we lose you, buddy?
Isaac.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
I want to do... I guess the same old thing.
Shoot him.
Yep, well, shoot him.
This is what happens when you take the marksman feat, man.
Yep.
Luda!
16.
16 does hit. Roll damage.
14.
All right. Yeah, your arrow lodges itself in the troll's chest, and like oozing blood coagulates around it very quickly, but then it like dries up because the troll had been hit with fire.
Also, I'm going to, like, take my full 30 feet back. I was already, like, keeping my distance, but now I want more distance.
You'll be able to get to one of the walls of the tomb, but 30 feet is about all you'll be able to get. This place is not huge.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I just want as much distance as possible.
Yeah. Tolgan goes up and swings at the troll and swings his battle axe at the troll, but the troll moves one of its arms that like deflects the blow, bringing us to Solrune.
I'm gonna swing at it with my scythe.
Shocking, go for it.
21 to hit.
Holy shit, yeah, it's it.
Okay, I rolled a 2 for damage, but with my great weapon thingy, I'm gonna reroll the 2.
Okay.
7 plus 1. 10 damage as I slash this.
Okay, yeah. So you actually you slash down on one of the troll's arms as it like swings down, and you actually like remove the troll's arm at the elbow. And again, like blackish blood like tries to coagulate around it, but it stops before it could heal anything. Like it's a tiny bit of a nub of a new arm that's already forming, but then it stops as soon as it starts.
He has a baby hand.
And then Spicy is going to go. And what are you gonna cast, honey?
Fire! Hit it with fire!
I have Radiant, I don't have Fire. Cleric, remember? I tell you what, watch this. And she speaks a word of healing at Solrune.
Oh god, thank you.
That's gonna give you 7 hit points back.
Nice.
I'm
See?
just gonna yell, then get out of the way!
I'm helping! And, yeah, no, the troll is, Hey, what's your AC, Arctos? I'm kidding, it's no, I thought that would be funny. No, it would definitely go after Solrune, I'm sorry.
Come at me, bro.
18 to hit.
That it.
God. This entire thing is that we're just gonna kill Solrune, I guess. So it does this with a claw.
I mean, tank thing.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, that's 13 damage.
I'm still up.
Holy shit! Tankiest motherfucker I've ever seen. Yeah, no, the claw rakes against your chainmail, and it holds fast, but like, god damn, it doesn't feel good, and your chest is just absolutely bruised. Arctos.
I have 4 hit points left.
I'm going to... Is there a way I can position myself to hit it with a 15-foot cone that wouldn't hit everybody else?
So this thing's like 8 feet tall, so yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna give it the
It's
good old
surrounded by a
burning hands.
gnome and a dwarf, so just aim up.
aim
Like,
aim
give
it
it-
like normal.
I'm gonna give it the good old burning hands, so give me a DC 13 save.
It rolled a 4.
Sweet. Then we're gonna hit it with these hands.
Catch these hands!
Do you believe it did 9 damage?
Um,
Well, alright, wait. I rolled a 1 in there, so I'm gonna choose to re-roll that one.
Okay.
Using my ability.
Of
I
course.
can only do this once per long rest, and you can make me roll on the wild magic table if you'd like.
I actually, yeah, I need to do that more, so yes. Yeah, let's do that. It's been a while since we haven't had a wild magic surge this entire time.
Right, so it's gonna deal 10 damage total, and then D20. I got a 6.
All right. Are we rolling like on the wild magic? Because I kind of want to make you roll on it.
Oh
Period.
no! Do you want to make me roll on the magic?
Kind
table?
of want to make you roll on the wild magic table.
Here, give me 1 second.
I feel like your emotions are a little like. All right, just roll me a D100. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I got a D100. I actually have it pulled up here. I
Okay.
rolled an 89, which is I become invisible for the next minute. During
Awesome.
that time, other creatures can't hear me. This invisibility ends if I attack or cast a spell.
So what you guys see is basically I like this. What you guys see is the wreath of flames around Arctos like completely consume him and flare around him as they wave out into a fan of flames that cuts the troll in half. And then whenever the flames dissipate, Arctos is no longer there,
He died! Oh no!
and the troll falls down to its knees in 2 pieces and is dead.
Arctos gave his life.
I'm still here. And it looks down and goes, oh dear, it happened again, didn't it?
The best part is that you guys cannot hear him.
Well, it was good while it
Oh my
lasted.
God.
Solrune will kind of drop to a knee.
man.
Guess I'm gonna cast a. I'm gonna cast. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm gonna
my
make a bright light come from like above, and I reappear in the bright light, and I'm like, oh yes, you know, as it goes. I guess that's not how I expect Divine Blessing to go, but if that's really how the gods want to see me as the world's best sorcerer, then I can't help
Shantae
but
be
play
praised.
along.
Soren's gonna run up and bear hug him.
I'm going to have Spicy roll the most important Arcana check of the entire campaign. Hey, Josh, I'm really sorry to continue forcing your rivalry here, but Spicy rolled a nat 20.
God damn it.
And so she crosses her arms, and she smiles at you and says, "Oh my. We've got a little bit of a problem in the blood, don't we? Oh, I haven't seen a case of wild magic in years. This is delightful."
Soren continues her bear hug, completely confused by what she's talking about.
That's delightful. Oh, and it must every time you cast a spell, you have to feel. Oh, my goodness, you must have so much fun with that. Have you turned anything
He's
into a potted
blushing.
plant here?
He's blushing really, really, really hard.
Have you turned
He's also
anything
being
into?
squashed by a dwarf.
Yeah, good. Have you turned anything into a potted plant yet? I've seen that happen once, but it was more like the caster himself turned into a potted plant. It was temporary, mind you, but very funny.
It's like, shut up.
Ah, yes, of course.
Was that before or after they used the lightning to destroy the entire village?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to tell you about that one time, Brandon.
I'm going to slowly let go of the teeth.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, I was bear hugging him,
Okay,
but now I'm gonna slowly let him.
you take 0 bludgeoning damage, Arctos.
Awesome, sweet.
That is because I'm very wounded.
All
I'm
right.
gonna hobble over to our halved troll here. I think he said he had rings on his hands or something.
Yes, and actually, as the priest like lays dead on the ground, you notice as he's been dead, he's been slowly transforming back into a more normal humanoid. The troll, after a couple minutes, has almost completely returned to being a very decrepit-looking elf. But yes, he is wearing some rings.
Did we just murder someone?
So,
To be fair, we've murdered lots of people today.
Also, I'm gonna pull his rings off.
okay, so as you search the dragon priest, you find the following. Number one, you find a ceremonial dagger that it's a hooked silver dagger. I'm typing, don't worry. And it very much exudes sort of a magical aura. Again, and actually Spicy has identified, so she can take a look at that. Let me see here. 2 silver rings on him, entwined with dragon designs and everything. Let's see, those are worth 15 GP. You find he's wearing a silver amulet of similar design, also 15 GP. Let's see. Inside the sarcophagus itself, he was buried with some burial offerings, which include 220 silver pieces, 50 gold pieces, and 4 spell scrolls, which include, let's see here, Command, Cure Wounds, 2nd level, Inflict Wounds, 2nd level, and Guiding Bolt, 2nd level.
Ooh!
Dibs,
I
guiding
literally
bolt.
have no use for cure wounds. And I'm gonna look at Soren and be like, "Do you want this?"
Oh, there's also a scroll of lesser restoration.
Scroll of lesser restoration. Well, I definitely want the guiding bolt and the inflict wounds.
All you guys are technically spellcasters, so I think all of you can use these.
Oh, really?
I think so, because the ranger can cast, the paladin can cast. The only person here who can't cast any spells is Talgan.
We'll look at
Yeah.
Talgan and be like,
Level 3's coming. You want to go?
Eldritch Knight.
You want to
No.
go Eldritch Knight?
Nah, he's going champion.
I'll take Cure Wounds and Lesser Restoration.
Isaac, do you want to take either Inflict Runes or Guiding Bolt?
Mm,
You know, you're a
Uh,
ranged person.
yeah, Guiding Bolt work.
Better for you to take.
And Spicy will go and grab the. She's like, I think I'll go ahead if no objections. She grabs the inflict wounds.
I'm thinking about it. It would be nice for her to have something that, you know, actually deals damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want this is a cleric spell, so yeah, she can have it.
Okay.
And it's a melee range. I don't want it.
Like
that, dude.
And she's also going to cast a. She's going to cast Identify on the dagger, and she grabs it and tilts it back and forth in her hand, gets a thing for it, and she kind of her eyes glow a gentle light, and she kind of looks at it closely, and she's like, "Oh yes, yes,
I'm
lovely,
gonna take the command scroll.
Okay." And she smiles and waves it at the sorcerer, at Arctos, and she's like, "Well, certainly a magnanimous sorcerer chosen by the gods himself won't need a enhanced casting focus like this. So I think I'll just go ahead and tuck it away on my belt."
Excuse me, I've not gotten to, I obviously haven't gotten to, observe this yet. Would you, mind
No,
allowing me to look at it?
I don't know. I feel like, you know, as a fellow scholar, you know, and of course you have respect for my work, don't you?
I'm not sure I have respect for anybody who's so willing to follow such a cultish religion as yours. But
Oh, cultish Agma is it? That's so funny. Oh, and you know, I'll just have to
extremely indoctrinated at
I'll
least.
have to make sure I mention that to the gatekeeper to Candlekeep the next time he comes to visit. It's only the leading religion of the entire academic institution and of most proper scholars are out the realms, but that's that's
He's gonna
fine.
mutter under his breath. He's like, "Whatever, you don't deserve my book anyway."
And she flips the dagger over in her hands and she hands it over to you.
Awesome. I'm gonna snag it.
It is a +1 spellcasting focus, so you get +1 to spellcasting to hit, and your DC goes up by 1.
Yay!
Also, if we combine the GP into silver and divide it by 3, we each get 240.
I was gonna say, like, if y'all want, y'all can just each get 24 gold pieces. Like, I'm cool with that.
That works too, yeah.
Yeah, 24 gold for each of you.
Cool.
All right. And with that, the halls of this general section of the place are quiet. And you also you notice that the bricks that fell apart to enter this place have fallen have actually rearranged themselves and like formed the wall again.
Spooky.
Okay.
And if you approach it, the dragon mouth pops back out and offers the same riddle.
God damn it! What are we gonna do?
We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we?
Yes, stars. Go on.
Hangovers?
And the bricks fall away and they onto the ground and they let you through. And this lets you back through the dragon door and all that fun stuff.
Oh, stars, huh?
Do you guys want to call it there? Or do you want to go back to Eustrail and have like a nice?
We might as well.
I
I'd say we go back there and long rest, and then we can talk to her after that.
well,
Like,
I think.
Kind of need a long rest at this point because I'm getting low on spells anyway.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah,
we're calling the session pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right. I'd say, yeah, we go back there, long rest, and then start Start
next
talking to her.
session. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys make it back to the kobold lair and everything, and you guys like go to get ready to rest for the night. But deep beneath the first level of the Sunless Citadel, we see an elven man tending to a large gnarled tree, the evil grin on his face. If this shit wants to fucking play, like, hello. Oh, come on, you gotta.
You missed your,
Oh,
you missed
yeah,
your
that's right.
cue, song.
Yeah, no, I did it the wrong way. That's what it was. Yes, okay. He runs his hands lovingly up and down the trunk of the tree, and he walks up to
Elves.
one. He walks up to one of the branches and plucks. Or he doesn't pluck. He runs his hand over the growing shape of a small red apple, and he looks himself. He looks his reflection in the shining side of the apple, and he smiles. And a goblin walks up to him and reports, and he says, "Oh, I already know that Morven's here. I think he'll be more surprised than I am." And that's where we'll end the session tonight.
Ooh.
All right, I'm out.
All right, good night,
Good
buddy.
job, guys. See ya.
Yeah.
I actually need to get going too.
All right, yeah, we can skip the stuff for now. I know we went longer than I expected. My bad.
That's fine, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping you guys are having fun. You guys managed to do what most Sunless Citadel parties have not done, which is keep Calcrix and Meepo alive. So congratulations.
And Arcs being our
You'll have a
emotional
good night.
punching bag. Good
What was
night.
that? Oh, good night, buddy.
Arcs being our emotional punching bag, and I'm being the physical punching bag.
Yeah, no shit. I am. It is incredible how much you just fucking went through, and I'm glad you lived.
Yo,
I-
dwarf, thank Christ.
Yeah, really. So, do you want to give me one thing that you like that another player did?
I like that the others succeeded at their roles a lot more than I did.
All right. Well, that's cool. I think I'm gonna end the stream then, and I guess next Tuesday we'll unless we decide to play Monday again. Who knows with how quarantine's going? But I certainly
Yeah.
won't have a job. You know, it's fine. Yeah, we'll if Mark isn't ready and we have to do one of these again, then we'll resume then next time in the summer.